When a cold has you down, it's the little comforts that lift you up. A warm blanket, a cup of tea, and a tissue that actually feels good on your skin. Infused with aloe, Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe provides a hint of cooling freshness to help your skin feel restored. So, whether your skin is feeling dry, chafed, or irritated, you're only one wipe away from helping it feel relieved. So, the next time you have a cold, get a hint of instant cooling relief with new Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
Look around. Every car you see is probably on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars. As for flying cars, well, we're ready when they are. If you see a car you like, find it on AutoTrader. That's our kind of thing. AutoTrader.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation. Trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you, committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, today is the day that we play Big Dummy, the game show that rewards you for your stunning ignorance. And here's how it works. You call us, we will spin the category wheel. We put the lock on it, you son of a bitch. That's right. That was Mike's idea. That was Mike's idea.
Mike?
That was Mike.
There's no way that was Mike.
I thought it'd be fun.
It was Mike. I told you, dude. I'm like
backstabbing son of a.
Yeah, I gotta keep you on your toes, Ted.
That's all I'm saying. But
I hope you all giggle.
We will spin the category wheel, and then we'll ask you a question from that category. But here's where Big Dummy separates itself from your average, more reputable game show. We will continue to ask you questions until you get one right, because as always, we want you to leave here smarter than you showed up. Now, so far this year, our biggest dummy has been the lovely and talented Cody, who thought that the bicentennial was a celebration of a buffalo named Centennial, and found a way to answer 10 consecutive questions wrong. Can you do better? Well, of course you can. Everyone else has. So give us a call, and off we go on Big Dummy, brought to you by our friends at Advanced Hair Restoration.
To make a contestant to play Big Dummy, call 206-803-ROCK. Like KISW on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live, and send those emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
When a cold has you down, it's the little comforts that lift you up. A warm blanket, a cup of tea, and a tissue that actually feels good on your skin. Infused with aloe, Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe provides a hint of cooling freshness to help your skin feel restored. So, whether your skin is feeling dry, chafed, or irritated, you're only one wipe away from helping it feel relieved. So, the next time you have a cold, get a hint of instant cooling relief with new Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
Look around. What do you see? Cars, lots of them. And guess what? They're probably on AutoTrader. Whether you're into timeless classics or the latest trends. Did somebody say solar-powered, eco-friendly, vegan leather-wrapped, aromatherapy-scented, disco ball-equipped, self-driving car? If you see it on the road, you can likely find it on AutoTrader. Big cars, small cars, blue cars, new cars and used cars, electric cars, and one day, maybe even flying cars. With millions of options to choose from, buying a car becomes a whole lot easier. See it, find it. AutoTrader.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation. Trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you, committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines nonstop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure.
Paw Patrol's away we go. Welcome to the 20th anniversary season, episode number 4,336. What a large and in charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. Head chef is back. Ted's Meat Potatoes. In honor of Father's Day this coming Sunday, we head to the grill.
Correct.
But not for the good stuff.
These are the worst things you can be grilling.
Okay.
They're just not gonna.
Vegetables.
Some of those are on the list. These are things that just don't stand up well to a grill.
All right.
And you could grill almost anything.
What's the craziest thing you put on the grill?
I mean, it used to be pineapple, but
I was going to say,
that's
it
pretty.
seemed crazy. And then you realize how good it is.
I've seen my bunny and I grilled watermelon once.
I've seen that.
I've heard that.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
No.
Okay. All right.
What's
Well, because watermelon
Does
just
it
so
take the
good on
water
its
out of
own.
it?
No, we were trying to we read this thing you could use it as it looks like a steak. So we made we cut up squares, we put them on buns, but it just tastes like it was very wet and you were eating grilled watermelon.
On bread?
Yeah, like a sandwich.
That sounds sad.
Yeah.
It was we had a whole day.
Sad barbecue.
We were doing stuff. We grilled other foods.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, but some of the stuff just doesn't go on a grill. And I don't want to hear for you people with the grills. We're not talking about you.
Okay. All right.
I'm just saying the flat top has taken over a lot of people and I get it.
A griddle.
Right.
Yeah.
So a lot of this stuff is perfect for that.
Yes, it
not
is.
for a traditional grill.
Do you know anyone with a griddle?
I got one.
And
It's great.
is it better than a grill?
It depends what you're making. I mean, I want my grilled food grilled, but the griddle, you do different stuff. Like if you're doing bacon, eggs, any of the breakfasty kind of stuff, it's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, smash burgers, you kind of need a flat surface.
Yeah, stuff like that, man.
Yeah, I got on the sub of outdoor kitchenettes, right? For some reason, I guess I checked out enough of them on Reddit.
All right.
So everybody's got these outdoor kitchens, and they all have that flat top.
Yeah.
And they all have either the charcoal or the gas or the
I got
smoker.
a gas grill, but the flat top's great. And just think about going to the Japanese steakhouse, right?
Okay.
Because that is what they use, and we realize
Vegetables, seafood.
Vegetables are a lot better because they don't fall through the little grates, which always drives me crazy. Maybe I'm alone on that. Even stuff like shrimp, man. Like grilled shrimp is great, but if you don't feel like losing, 3 or 4, I'm like, just put it on the flat top. It makes it easier.
Correct. There's certain things that I think should still be grilled, but honestly, you could do almost anything on those flat tops.
Yep. Head chef coming up with the worst foods for grilling at 4:30 with Ted's Meat and Potatoes. And today is the day we play the game known as Big Dummy. It's an easy game to play. We spin the category wheel. You are either playing for Team Sober or Team Not Sober. And as you said, Steve, so far our biggest dummy, that's been Cody. And it took Cody to 10 questions to get one right. And as we do, we like to do a little men's room poll when we play Big Dummy. The last time was quite simple. It was basically like this. If you are going to a concert, if you are going to a sporting event, whatever the deal is, are you going to stay until the very end? Or are you going to leave early and be that guy that tries to beat the traffic and get home quick? So that's the poll.
Are you embracing your inner old man?
Correct. And I realize
That's really what it came down to.
I am that guy. So I picked leave early and beat traffic, as did 40% of our listeners. So 60% of you said, I'm going to stay till the very end.
I think that's because it's hypothetical. I think if the situation really arose and we were physically there, honestly, it splits about 50-50.
Well, it's black and white on this
Well,
one.
right,
Yeah.
that's the thing. The way we asked the question was you had to pick one.
Forever,
So
right.
I would always lean towards staying towards the end. But
Sure.
obviously, there's plenty of
Yes.
things I have left early.
Correct.
Whatever, for a myriad of reasons. And like we were saying, even, I feel like football games, because there's not as many, you tend to stay.
Sure.
But also, it just depends on who you're with. Are you doing something
Ooh,
after
that
the
goes
game?
a long way.
I would say for soccer or baseball, sometimes it just depends what time that game starts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Day games, you are in the 80th minute of a Sounders match. They have cut off beer sales, whatever the deal is. It's a Saturday afternoon, a Sunday afternoon. They're up 3-1. You kind of go, all right, I think it's time to go to Sluggers. Or wherever you're taking off
you
to.
just want to drink.
You just want to keep getting another afternoon beer and continuing the day a little bit. So
Doesn't matter what time the game
situationally,
starts. They did it at the Mariners game, right? We went there, me and Mike, right? Watched O's Mariners. It's our annual thing. We go there, and we're like, man, let's get one last beer. And a friend of ours, she's like, look, dude, I'll grab them. It took her maybe 15 minutes, but she came back empty-handed. like beer sales are cut off. And that was the first time, because I'm having a fine time. The weather was great. You know what I mean? The ball game, and I know the Mariners lost, but all in all, it's a great time. And I'm like, if we're going to leave, I'd be okay with that now because I really want a beer.
Yeah,
I really want a beer.
Top of seventh, if you want another beer, if you're even thinking about it, go get it. So
glad you told me that, Ted.
Cut them off after seventh inning stretch, if I had to guess.
Can't we go to the eighth inning, guys?
Get two. You're allowed to get two.
If I knew that, if I had known, and look, I should have known that, right? Presumably, I should have known that. If I were thinking about that or knew that, I definitely would have double-fisted to grab beers.
Yeah. Last I had known is that they stopped double-fisting after the seventh inning stretch, and they might shut it down in like the ninth or something like that.
Does it depend on the time, or is it just the stage of the game?
It's just the stage of the game.
So it's always the stage of the game.
Because the game moves a lot
positive
faster.
they have a hard set rule. Seventh inning stretch. Once that's over, alcohol sales are cut. It's kind of like in football. Pretty positive after the third quarter. They cut it off.
Daily Migs, they have a game next Thursday.
Wednesday.
It's well, that's right. Wednesday. It's a day game. Okay, so the game gets underway at 1:10. Oh, they do have deals on tickets, and they've got a couple sections, by the way.
Oh, if you want to go with them.
KISW.com, and they're giving a portion, like $2 from every ticket, goes to multiple sclerosis.
Correct.
So it's all a cool thing. Anyway, cheap plug. But so at the seventh inning on a 1 o'clock game, they're cutting it off too.
Yes.
I'm almost positive after the seventh inning stretch, that's when it ends.
Oh, by the way, they're playing the Red Sox. So it's going to be a good game, and there's deals on those tickets for those two sections that those guys are in too. So KISW.com on that. All right, the poll today, in honor of Father's Day. Now, depending on how you slice these days and what they mean to you, everybody has a different way of celebrating something that is inherently theirs, whether it's their birthday, whether it's Mother's Day, whether it's Father's Day. Everyone has something that they enjoy doing, and whether that is with family, by themselves, with friends, something special. Everyone has a little bit of a different formula. And Steve, I know for a fact, on Father's Day, you would just want to hang out with your kids.
Yeah, I mean, that's the reason I'm a father. So to me, I'm like, look, but like I say, the beauty of having kids, at least at the age they're at right now, is that they're usually they're very agreeable with my ideas. Because the thing is, like, look, it's Father's Day. I know I'm going to hang with them. So, guys, what do you say we go to Family Fun Center? Oddly enough, they never push back. They go,
sure,
if that's what you really want to do. And in my mind, I'm like, there's go-karts, there's beer, there's video games. It's a fun time. You guys actually leave me alone more, right? Other than asking for cash to put toward your video game card. Like, you leave me alone. So everyone has a good day, and somehow in their mind, I have facilitated this great time, but also they believe that they have created this great day for me because it's Father's Day. So it's a win-win, because I understand, like, look, if it were just up to me, I'd be like, find a way to get an NFL football game on, right? And I'm going to sit here and drink beer and leave me the hell alone. But that can't happen, so I got no problem with that. Now,
how about your birthday? Is it different, or is it the same, pretty much?
My birthday, man, it's my birthday.
It's not typically on a weekday.
I am old enough now that it's not so exciting, and the kids are always like, wow. Actually, I felt bad for my wife this past Mother's Day, because let's face it, Mother's Day is where the money is, right? We know how this works. So what did she want? It's fine. It didn't matter what she wanted because no one was around, see, because that's the weekend I was in Spokane with my son.
All right.
For the volleyball tournament. And I'm like, oh, babe, look, there's nothing I can do, man. I got to go. He's an attorney. But, yeah, that was Mother's Day. So all we had to do that day, we gave her a call on the way to the volleyball tournament.
Okay.
Beginning and end of the, and trust me.
But what would she typically want to do?
Oh, dude, with my wife, it's very simple. Get oysters.
All right.
If you do nothing else, get oysters. You could get in a knockdown, drag-out fight in the middle of it. You said, look, time out. Let's eat oysters. She would chalk this up to a very successful day.
Okay.
I don't even ask her what she wants. I know that's the answer.
Okay.
Oysters.
I think for me, I like a little of both. My kid is coming down for dinner on Sunday, but I do like to do like one activity during the day.
Well, how old is your daughter?
Even if that was
coming down,
she's 26, so it's just a hike, or I don't know. I mean, if you want to go throw a line in the water, I'd go buy a pole for a change, go play golf, something like that, and then spend the rest of the afternoon with the family. So I like a little bit of both. Birthday wise,
that's not bad. Like an early morning kind of.
And I'll get up. Birthday wise, I don't care. It doesn't matter. Just, how about this?
Let me drink with impunity.
Right.
Let me drink without you giving me the stink eye. I would chalk that up to a birthday gift.
So my thing is that I really like trashy, not trashy, but I like more bar food than I do like.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't appreciate a great
the
steak,
foo thing, but
I'm going to do that with you. With whoever I'm going out.
It's
with.
going to happen on your birthday. Right.
Correct.
That's exactly
so
it.
For me,
Valentine's Day, your birthday, we will get the foo. We know this.
I would be happy with a hamburger from Red Mill.
Yes.
On a night like that with onion rings.
No, it's Father's Day. Get 2 of them.
Izelles. Something, it doesn't have to be
foo.
All of that. I just, Marco Polo fried chicken, whatever the deal is.
My experience is
hamburger at Loretta's.
Other than oysters, regarding my wife, but it seems like most women, when it's their birthday or Mother's Day or Valentine's Day, anything that's female adjacent, I want to try something new. I want to try this restaurant we have not been to, but I've heard good things, where I feel like as a dude, hey, can we go back to that place that had the thing that I like? Like, I'm not trying to make sperm.
A good pizza.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I think
with
like
that.
my brother gets a couple. I mean, his kids are like obviously, they're not going to be there as they work in different cities.
Sure,
but they always got like 24 crabs,
and that's perfect.
And that was their thing. He was like, "That's what I want." So, same kind of thing.
Oh, my dad.
Vindictive wings.
Every year. Like we send him a gift certificate to whatever his local barbecue joint is. We know what it is in New Mexico that he goes to now. My mother, it's a different thing. My father does not want a card. He does not want flowers. You don't have to call. Just get me that gift certificate, and I'm going to use it. Mom, it's a 45-minute conversation, and, typical mom stuff.
So here's the deal on the poll. So whatever you choose.
And by the way, quick side note: the reason we get him the gift certificate now is ever since I've been a child, they would go out either for his birthday or on Father's Day, right? Just my parents. And when they came home, I'd say, "Where'd you go?" And he'd always have this look on his face, and he would say something like, "Sushi." Now, the thing is, he does not dislike sushi, but clearly my mother pulled the strings to make this happen. She was always happier than him. So a couple of years ago, I said, do you ever go to the restaurant that you want to go to on the day that we kind of designate as yours? It's like, your mother? No. So that's why we started getting him the gift certificate. Like, hey, take this man to this place.
Nice.
It is prepaid. Let him sit down and get ribs. He's going to go somewhere messy. Don't get dressed up for this. This is what the man
white shirt.
wants.
No white shirt.
Don't wear a white shirt.
That's right.
You understand?
No button-ups. Nothing that you like. That's one thing about barbecue.
You might want to wear an apron.
Right.
It's that kind of thing.
Ooh, wings sound good, too.
They do.
Trying to talk my kid into that on Sunday night. I'm sure those places
It's
will be.
your day,
That's
man.
what I'm saying. Like, you like wings, I like wings. Let's go. So, more so than what you're doing, on our men's room poll, you're just going to have to spend the time with one of these folks, okay? So, on your day, whether it's Father's Day, whatever the deal is, birthday, would you rather spend the day with? First choice is your parents.
All right.
Okay? So, whatever you're doing,
Bam, Mike.
you're doing it with your parents. What's wrong with the See, and everyone's going to have a different response based on their different relationships with members of their family.
But, okay, I'm 56. My parents are in their 80s. So on some level, you say, well, with the parents, right?
Yes,
but that's
because of
the
the math.
guilt thing because they're getting older. It's not my
I don't think
initial
that's guilt. I think that's the practicality of it.
It is the practicality of it. But either way, it just feels so foreboding. Like, oh, hey, look, man, I want to make sure that I
Yeah, but your parents are fun.
I know they're fun, but I have other options as well.
Okay.
That's all. I hear what you're saying.
You can take them to the amusement park.
Yeah.
Ride the
That'd be a
roller
good
coasters.
time.
Yeah, exactly. Option number 2, you would spend the day with your lovely children, your kids.
Sure.
So you could have that opportunity to do whatever you wanted to. Now, the third option is you spend the day with your better half.
Okay.
So your significant other, you're going to spend that time with them exclusively. And finally, the option is you can hang out with your friends. So,
yeah, I mean, look.
But it's your day. You can do whatever you want. No one's going to give you any crap. It's Father's Day. It's your birthday, whatever. And you determine, if they come to you and they say, hey, what do you want to do? Your wife says, what do you want to do? And you say, you know what? I really just want solo time with my children.
Right. Yeah.
I just really want to hang out with my mom and dad. No, just me. Just me. Like when it was when we were growing up. Yeah. I know Adrian can't be here.
Actually, he's flying there.
Okay, is he?
Yeah, he does it every year.
Nice.
I will say, as my mom has gotten older, I will do that sometimes. Like I'm doing it when I fly back this summer. I will have a day like I just want to spend time with mom.
Yeah.
Right? Like you guys, right. But that's because she's getting older.
Right.
So, but yeah,
Right, it's the foreboding thing.
I will pull that card out. But I'm still, to be honest with you, I'm still voting friends.
I would more than
I have a
likely
hard
go
time
with
not
friends.
hanging out with the boys.
You know what my problem is, man? Because I'm thinking Father's Day, and I'm like, I'd love to hang out with my friends, but the truth is, I have to come to work Monday. If I hang out with the friends, Monday's going to be a rough day.
Well, you
I'm
can start.
arriving
You can
on
start.
the-
You can start at noon if you want.
I would start it.
Because no
doesn't
one's
have
going
to
to
be-
bitch on
But
your
it
day.
doesn't change.
But it
Man,
doesn't have to be a Sunday, right? It's just you have a whole day with
You have
these
a day.
people.
my
You're-
buddies.
Your
Yeah,
friend.
that's
I
what I'm
mean,
saying.
look, man,
when you
okay,
look at
all
it
right.
that way, I think buddies for anybody, whether it's hanging out with my gal pals or me hanging out with the boys.
And it doesn't.
Yeah.
And look, I don't mind hanging out with anyone on there, but like if I'm hanging out with my parents, that's one thing, and I'm not going to go as nuts as I might want to. Right?
Sure.
But always a good time. If it's my wife, definitely not going to go as nuts. I might go as nuts as I want to, but then there's going to be a verbal price to pay later, and I don't know if I'm in the mood for
But
it.
it's your day. You're not going to get.
It is my day.
You're not going to get that heat.
Yeah, but you hear it the next day. I mean, they're always waiting. The kids is always a good time, but you're just doing something entirely different. And with my buddies, I know exactly
it's gonna be fun.
what's going to happen. It'll be fun. I will definitely have fun with the kids, but it's also limited the number of things I can do with them. You know what I mean? We're
Yes,
with my
yes,
buddies.
yes.
We could go to Family Fun Center and hop on go-karts just like I could with the kids. We'll just kind of have a different vibe going on.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. So our bedroom poll, you're going to spend the day with one, parents, kids, better half, or friends. Mike, what are you picking here?
I'm probably going to pick the better half on this one.
The better half.
Yeah, that's what
And
I'm at.
But you guys have a lot of common interests. There's things that you enjoy doing together.
Go walking together all the time.
And you don't
go
get
watch a
you
sport
don't
or
you don't
something.
you don't catch too much hell if you get hammered, do you?
Nah.
I mean, what's the level? What's the level?
How hammered do I get?
Well,
Like,
I don't know. I
need to-
don't know.
I need to keep on some level. Like I can't
But
get.
you're
falling
walking
down
around the
by.
neighborhood. You're being safe. You're being responsible. There's bars in your area.
Yeah.
You're just bar hopping. Let's
You
say.
bet. Yeah.
All right.
Good to go.
You're fine then.
Yeah.
Even if you're staggering home.
As long as she gets her cocktails, we're all good.
okay.
Yeah, that's a good point. If you both get hammered, nobody cares.
There you go.
Somehow
Right.
you chalk that up to, we had a fantastic night. And it's like, no, you just had a fantastic night with me.
Right.
That's the only difference is that you got drunk too.
if we're walking around the area and I'm Red Solo Company, then she's got a little furrowed brow going on. But if we sit down and she's got a nice lemon drop in front of her, okay, we're good to
Well,
go.
exactly.
Okay, that's what's inherently wonderful, I believe, in relationships about why every once in a while you just need to get out of town for a weekend.
Yep.
So, look, if I am wandering around Fremont drunk, right, with my wife, she's going to kill me.
Yeah.
Because we're going to make dinner tonight. We're going to do this. We're going to go home. We're
Stop
gonna do this,
having plans.
We're gonna do this, blah, 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 blah. And then you lay in your regular bed. You don't have sex. You just go to bed. You wake up. You go to work the next day. But if you go somewhere else and you're wandering around, it's perfectly acceptable to
You
drink
can do all that
You can
with-
do all that. Then
not
when
in
you
your
go-
bed.
Then when you go to the hotel room for some reason, you're having sex.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's crazy. All you need to do is get out of town, and all those rules seem to go away.
That is absolutely the only time my
it's the most
wife
bizarre
recommends
thing.
that we bar hop, right?
You got to be in a different town.
It does not matter what town we go to. We're not in Seattle. And it doesn't if we're there for business.
You could be
pleasure,
in Bellingham.
a funeral, it doesn't matter. Like, hey, we're out of bed at 9. That bar's open. Why don't we get some drinks?
Yeah.
Now, if we're in Seattle and I say it is 9 a.m., baby, we're both up, we've done some yard work. Not I'm going to go grab a beer in the house, but like let's physically get in the car, go somewhere and grab a drink. What is wrong with you?
The other pro tip
It is
is
9 a.m.
Start at brunch. You start early at
Sure.
a brunch that has bars around the
Yeah.
area, and it's a sunny day outside. You go out, just
pro
a
tip.
little bit on the tipsy side, like,
yeah.
we can stop in here real quick.
Sure,
get a little
sure
cocktail,
can.
Keep
I
it
mean,
going.
Portland, there's no problem being in a bar eating brunch at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
If I do that here, I'm an ass.
Right. Anywhere else.
So, I'm dead serious. If I'm in a hotel in Portland for some reason, I'm a sexual
Let's go
toy.
get
I'm a
brunch.
sexual toy that you're there to use. If we're at home, I'm the guy who walks the dog.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Well, she goes and takes a nap.
Right.
But
Yeah, do me a
brunch
favor.
is the power play, man. Like, look, NFL Sunday, 10 o'clock, I'm cranking a beer, man.
Hell
It's
yeah.
football. I associate them, but I still get the look, it's 10 a.m. But if I were to get up on football Sunday and say, baby, I'm going to skip the early game, I'm going to take you to brunch. She's going to crush champagne and vodka and everything. And if I were to say, hey, it's 10 o'clock in the morning, I would probably get hit in the face with a plate.
Yeah. You know how many times I've heard, I know it's not my turn, but will you walk the dogs?
Right.
Have I ever said that in my life? That's never come out of my mouth. Never.
Why don't you take
Because
this
it's
one?
my turn.
Right.
So that means it's my turn.
Can
to
you
walk the
imagine?
dog.
Can you imagine laying in
Jesus
bed,
Christ.
going back to sleep? Well, you ask her like, "Hey, you might go take the dog.
You
out.
take the
I
dog
just-
out.
I just need.
I think I'm taking friends.
Yeah.
Men's room poll. Spend the day with one. Will it be parents, kids, better half, or friends? We'll take a break. Come back with the game known as Big Dummy next.
When a cold has you down, it's the little comforts that lift you up. A warm blanket, a cup of tea, and a tissue that actually feels good on your skin. Infused with aloe, Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe provides a hint of cooling freshness to help your skin feel restored. So, whether your skin is feeling dry, chafed, or irritated, you're only one wipe away from helping it feel relieved. So, the next time you have a cold, get a hint of instant cooling relief with new Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
Look around. Every car you see is probably on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars. As for flying cars, well, we're ready when they are. If you see a car you like, find it on AutoTrader. That's our kind of thing. AutoTrader.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation. Trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you, committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today. And live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK from the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
Game is Big Dummy. 206-803-ROCK. Steve, who is our first contestant, ready to play the big game?
Hello, Tom. Welcome to the men's room.
Big Dummy!
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola. Tom, are you sober or not sober?
I'm sober.
Okay, Tom, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, our men's room poll. You're going to spend the day with one. Tom, are you taking your parents, kids, better half, or friends?
I'll take my better half, although this year it'll be better half, kids, and in-laws.
You're taking the whole family.
Is that a good thing?
Oh, yeah. My in-laws and I get along really well. They're really cool.
Nice. What do you guys plan on doing?
Just hanging out. We'll go to church, then we'll go out to eat somewhere and hang out. I don't know, maybe go for a hike, something like that.
Okay. All right. Just
Sounds
a
like a
chill
nice
day with a lot of people. All right, Tom. Here is your question. What is the name of the demigod who helps Moana?
That was Maui.
One and done, Tom.
One
Nice
and
job.
done.
Nice
All
job.
right. All right, hang on. I also would have accepted simply The Rock because I can never remember the character's name. All right.
Island.
What's that?
It's an island.
I know it's an island, but when I see the guy,
Oh, no.
it's like The Rock.
That's the wrong one.
All right, Tom, before we let you go, we got a true or false question for you. True or false? Clownfish, like the ones in Finding Nemo, can change from male to female if they need to for reproduction. So in the movie, once Nemo's mother was killed, his father would have grown female sex organs and started having sex with Nemo.
Well, that's kind of disturbing. I would say true.
That's wackadoo.
I want you to think about this for a second, you know? People always bitch about the lack of accuracy in movies, you know, but if you did this would happen. All right, Finding Nemo, do you really want us to remake this? Nemo, I have bad news. Mama died. You have a new mama now. But you know me as Daddy.
Call me mommy.
Yeah, that would have been over quick and really disturbing.
I think they made a sequel.
Finding Nemo.
Big Dummy!
Finding Nemo attractive.
Nemo. Nemo, where are you?
I think the bears are too close to the fish.
Little chippy fin.
Nemo. Hello, Matt. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bicholas.
Hola. Matt, are you sober or not sober?
Silver.
Okay. Matt, welcome to Big Dummy. Our men's room poll, you're going to spend the day with one, Matt. Are you taking parents, kids, better half, or friends?
I'll go with my kid because he's not in Washington.
Where is he?
North Carolina.
Okay. How often do you get a chance to see him?
Probably once a year.
Okay. Does he come see you? Is he able to fly?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. There's a little weird age group there, difference like 6 or 7. We're on that line. You're like, oh man, it's a long flight.
You're gonna fly, yeah. All right. Here's your question: in a game of rock, paper, scissors, what is it called when you throw 3 rocks in a row? It makes sense, but I'd never heard the term.
I don't have it. I don't know.
Rock pile.
Close. Avalanche.
Avalanche.
Oh.
Avalanche. All right.
What's your first go-to move for rock, paper, scissors?
Not telling.
Yeah.
Probably the right answer. Let's go ahead.
I mean, scissors.
All right, you ready? 1, 2. Damn it. All right. I won't say what anyone did. Ted would have beat me. All right. There's your question. Oh, no. What?
Yeah.
No, I covered Ted, but you cut me first.
So
Depends
you
on which
beat
place.
Ted. All right.
Depends on how you do it.
I can crush scissors.
Right. So it depends on how you
I
do
can
it.
just hit you with a
So
rock.
3 people can't play.
Yeah.
I mean, they can, but.
Well, no. It's not the way the game's designed.
It's really not. Much more confusing.
But you could have 2 balls, but it's not really soccer.
All right, your question.
So I didn't play soccer this morning?
That's just a bunch of people running around. Ball.
No, Miles, that's pool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's cool.
Now, a mega ball.
All right, your question. What phenomenon is caused by the moon's gravitational tug on the Earth? Yeah, moon.
Yeah.
Moon.
It would be the tides, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
That's what it would be.
Yes, it would.
Mind if I tug on you, Earth?
Hey, mama.
Come here, baby.
Create a tie to my pants.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803 Rock.
With your moon hands.
You looking curvy down there.
Hey, Earth.
Throwing that butt out here.
You think the moon calls the Earth Earth? I feel like it will. Hey, Earth. It's me again. I'm talking on that water, dog.
Been looking at your accent.
You keep spinning around, Earth.
Every time I
Who are
turn
you
around.
teasing?
Hey, me again.
Hello, Matt. Welcome to the men's room.
Just over here waxing it.
Hola, bicholas.
Hola. Matt, are you sober or not sober?
Now he knows it's waxing.
Hey, right here, buddy.
Sober, sorry.
Sober. Okay. All right, Matt, our men's room poll.
When it takes you that long to answer, we believe you.
I know. Spend the day with one, Matt. Are you taking parents, kids, better half, or friends?
Yeah, I'll probably go with friends.
Friends it is. Okay. How many friends you got? Close.
Close friends? I don't know, like 3 or 4.
That's perfect number.
Then the 5th or 6th
Yeah,
ones are
that's
really
right.
bad now.
Yeah.
All right, Matt, here's your question. What does the term a la carte literally translate to in English?
The cart? A cart? I don't know.
All alone?
All alone? No.
Well, if something's a la carte, it doesn't come with
One
anything.
little thing.
Just sad. Sounded awfully sad. According to the menu.
Oh.
That's what it means. But I feel like
But it does mean you just get that, right?
that's what we get here, but it literally translates to according to the menu. So
All
as I was
right.
looking at your menu, a la carte, it does come with the spinach. Then they throw you out. All right, your question. Farrokh Bulsara. He was better known as what late lead singer?
Yeah.
What was the name again?
Farrokh Bulsara.
I believe it's Farouk.
Farouk. Farouk is on fire.
I don't know.
One of the greatest singers of that age, man. Of all time.
Freddie Mercury.
Oh, really?
Where's he from? Zanzibar or something like that?
Yeah, so he was born in Zanzibar.
So my kid's going in a month.
For real?
Yeah.
Like, to me, look, I know the place exists, but you might as well talk about the Emerald City.
It's like
you know
on
what I
this
mean?
little
Like,
island on the west side.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I've heard the name since childhood, but it sounds ridiculous to me. That's crazy. He's going to Zanzibar.
Yeah,
What's
both of
in Zanzibar? Why are they going? What are they going to do in
Actually,
Zanzibar?
they're going and hanging out on the beach for a week, both of them.
Oh, really?
And the beaches look gorgeous.
My sister, but my daughter's sister, both of my daughters are meeting up there.
What do you call someone from Zanzibar? Zanzibarian?
Zanzibarbarian.
Zanzibarbarian. That's what we'll go with.
Yes.
All right, Matt, your question. Open your hand and smile was the slogan for what popular candy?
Skittles? No, this tastes the rainbow.
Not a bad guess.
Open and smile.
I said it to my doctor.
After I taste the rainbow.
I don't know. Lifesavers?
You were close with Skittles, man. M&M's.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
Open your hand and smile.
I'm not going to tell you again. Open your hand and smile.
Smile, damn it.
Seriously.
okay.
Now close your hands. There we go.
Close your hand and frown. Now open it again and smile. Your question, what country suffered the most casualties in World War II?
Russia?
Soviet Union, but I'll give it to you.
There you go.
Yeah, nice work.
Yeah. And
I would have said, what would you, Germany?
If I had to guess, I would have guessed like Italy or Germany for whatever reason.
But Russia, I mean, the Soviet Union lost a lot of big battles and then kept
Winter
pouring,
came.
right, and then kept pouring soldiers into it to go win their part of the war.
Right.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803 Rock.
Guess who it is, Ted?
James,
welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitch, hola.
Hola.
James, you're on team sober or team not sober?
Not sober today.
All right, James, good for you. Are you drinking a men's room IPA?
2 Coors Lights.
2 Coors Lights, okay.
A bowl of green crack.
And you're not sober? Oh, okay. All right. Slowly killing the werewolf.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Men's room poll, spend the day with one. Are you taking parents, kids, better half, or friends?
My kids are getting older. Son's 16, daughter 22. I'll take time with them.
Take the kids. All right, very cool.
All right, what would you have picked if your kids were, say, 10 and 12?
Probably my friends.
Okay.
All right. Well, look, it's not the technically, I guess, right answer, but like I was saying, I think most people would pick friends.
They would pick
friends. Like I was saying, I'm
it's
taking my mom's age out of it, this and that. Like, obviously, I take my dad as he's passed. But, taking all that out of it, it's like, well, it was just random day, friends.
Right. Age does not affect anything. It's going to be friends. But my kids are at the right age. My parents are at that age, so to speak. So, yeah.
James, are you going to be able to hang out with your kids on Sunday?
I am. With my son, we're going to the Mariners game.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Now, do you go out to dinner afterward, or do you eat at the park?
Probably both, actually.
Okay.
Do you crush beers with your son at the park?
Maybe one.
Okay.
Are you a hot dog guy, or do you go like foo-foo at the park?
Oh, I go hot dog all day.
All right.
I had a Mariner dog last time, man. Nothing wrong
hell
with
yeah.
it.
No.
Condiment-free, I might add.
Absolutely.
You raw dogged it?
You raw dogged it? You raw dogged it?
I raw dogged it, and part of the reason why, though, because my wife decided she was not going to get up, therefore I must take the children to go find their food, which is always an adventure. Anyway, by the time I have their food, I'm carrying most of it. So when I got my hot dog, it's pre-wrapped, and I looked at the mustard, and I thought, man, I don't feel like setting all this crap down, unwrapping the dog, putting on the mustard. So I ate it raw, and it was fine. Yeah, it was good, man. But that's specifically why. I'm like, I'm not going through all this trouble for mustard. I'm just not doing it.
Raw dog.
Yeah, I just don't. Yeah, you're right. You rarely have a plain hot dog.
Do yourself a favor and do it. I'm telling you, it's a good dog. And I would not have done it if I weren't as lazy as I am.
Now, a little smoky? Yeah.
Well, yeah. A little smoky is designed just be eaten. All right, here's your question. Where will you hear the Wilhelm scream? Or the Wilhelm scream?
London? God, I have no idea. Never heard that.
Yes, you have.
Yes, you have.
You have heard. If you've ever been to a movie where somebody screamed, you have heard this scream. They called the Wilhelm scream because some guy did it, I guess, years ago in some kind of movie. Anyway, anytime there's a big panic scene, they play this. You got the audio? Yeah.
Okay.
They'll layer it in the background. They put it.
So what's the answer? Just a movie?
A movie.
Oh, okay. All right.
The movies, absolutely.
The number of movies that this scream has been in is never.
Do they have a number on what it is?
I could probably find
because from
it
the last time they updated it, it has been in 10 more. All right, your question. In what state would you find the Finger Lakes? Dirty little lakes.
Ooh. Well, I have no idea, so let's just go with Maryland.
Maryland.
Is it New York?
It is New York.
Yep.
If you look at a map of the state of New York, you will find them immediately.
Upstate.
Oh, it looks like someone left a handprint in the middle of the state. All right, your question. What do the letters FEMA stand for, as in FEMA?
I have no idea.
You hear about it in the news all the time. People need them. There's not enough workers there. This, that, the other. They haven't got the money. They got the money, so FEMA. Think
I know
about what
FEMA
they
does.
do.
I cannot think of.
All right, now think about
the
what they do.
acronym.
Right. Think about when they're called to serve, so to speak.
Family Emergency Medical Attention.
Ooh, close.
Federal Emergency Management Agency.
Oh, okay.
Makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah, it does.
37 movies that they have here on IMDb that usually Wilhelm screen.
All right, your question. What is the name of the princess in the movie Brave? Ginger.
I've never seen the movie, so I'm just going to guess Princess Diana. Why not?
Princess Diana. That had a happier ending than that one.
Merida.
I've never seen that one either.
No, I like it.
Is that Disney?
Yep.
Is it Disney or Pixar?
Nope, it's Disney.
It is Disney?
It's Disney.
And I thought I was going to be on the hook for having to see it, but my daughter never asked to watch it, and I never brought it up. Worked out
It
brilliant.
might actually be part. It is Pixar. My bad.
It is Pixar, all right. All right, your question. What is Sigourney Weaver's character's name in the Alien movies?
You're not going to believe it.
I haven't seen that movie in years. Great movie.
You haven't seen any one of the 247 other ones that put it?
I have not. No, it's been a long time. Gertrude.
Gertrude.
Question 5, James.
It was Ripley.
Her name was just Ripley?
Ellen Ripley, but everyone just called her Ripley.
All
Some
right.
people called her Nipley, but you had to be in the right situation. Am I right? All right. Don't laugh at that. That was low-hanging fruit, man. Ellen Nipley.
It was a cold winter day.
It's cold in space, mama.
Them aliens.
You know, Ellen Nipley down there fighting aliens. All right, the question, what actor was nominated for Best Supporting Actor in the movie Apollo 13? He also appeared on The Truman Show. He was in The Abyss, and he was on the Westworld TV show. Always a bad. What was that?
Bill Paxton?
Ed Harris?
Ed Harris.
There was a lot of really good supporting actors in that one, so it was kind of a crapshoot.
It really is.
Kevin Bacon was in there. Gary Sinise was in there.
How many movies of Gary Sinise and Tom Hanks
They've done
together?
a handful.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like 6 movies.
Is it that many? Damn. Your question, what 90s TV show had characters who liked hanging out at the Peach Pit? Oh, you got it.
Peach Pit. Is that Saved by the Bell?
Other one. 90210. Beverly Hills 90210.
Oh, no.
Pit, huh?
Mm-hmm. Peach Pit.
Question 7.
Saved by the Bell, they hung out at the Max.
The Max. 1 extra 2.
That's right, yeah.
2.
Good call,
2.
Ted.
Let's go for 2. I know Ted will know the answer to this question. What was the name of the exercise product pitched by Suzanne Summers?
Oh, that's
Come on.
Thigh-Master.
Yes. Good job, James.
I'm shocked that you got
Yes.
that. Stunned.
Enjoy the Father's Day. Game is Big Dummy.
Hello, Dirk. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello, naked lady.
Dirk, are you sober or not sober?
I'd be sober.
Sober Dirk. All right, Mr. Dirk. All right, you're going to spend the day with what? Are you taking parents, kids, your better half, or friends?
So my parents are no longer with us. Could they come back and I could spend it with them?
Yeah, you're going to pick one. Why not?
It'd be weird.
Spend it with my
Yeah, they're going to stink.
Oh, yeah. No, well, they're ground up, so
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, geez, yeah.
That guy's over there talking to an ashtray. Let's go
they're a
down.
little dusty. They're a little dusty.
Okay.
My kid lives in Texas, so I guess I would pick him. But I'm actually going to spend it with my better half.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, right.
This is what I pick, and this is what I'm doing.
Yeah, I got that one kid in Texas, but yeah, I got to.
Well, no, she does great. We're going to whatever Long Acres is, Emerald Downs.
Oh,
for the
nice.
Indian relay races.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
dude, that's going to be
Actually,
great, man.
that's not bad. I hosted a thing down there on a Father's Day once. That was pretty fun.
That seems like a pretty cool
Yeah, it's
spot.
pretty cool. We did it before a few years ago, and then when my kid was up here, we did a Mariners game. So she usually sets all this stuff up. She was an event coordinator, so she
Oh,
does,
Lord.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Sometimes the problem is, even if does she listen to any suggestion you have? Once a date has been settled on whatever you're going to do, if you even have an idea and you mention it to her, does she ever take it seriously?
She may, yeah.
She may.
She can usually talk. Well, if it's a good idea, I tend to come up with pretty stupid ideas.
Yeah,
Just remember to write all that crap down. If she's an event coordinator.
Right.
You are planned out.
Oh, for sure.
This is true.
My wife is an event coordinator and doesn't even know it.
Doesn't even tell you.
Yeah, I mean, all right, here's your question. What is on the red data list? The red data list.
I'm sorry, the red data list?
That is correct. What is the red data list all about? I'll give you a hint. It has to do with the animal world.
Oh.
Has to do with the animal what?
World. So red normally means danger or bad or red tide, whatever the deal is. Or
stop.
Yeah.
Red data list. Red tide. Shellfish.
No. I was just saying, like, whenever you hear red, it's
Endangered?
like endangered species.
Threatened. Endangered is a different list, believe it or not.
All right.
Gotcha.
So you can still poke at it.
Yeah, you can poke at it a little bit.
I thought Red Data was a bad guy in Star Trek.
I constantly said it.
Oh, no, it's my brother.
Item data. All right. Dirk, here's your question. Who starred as the $6 Million Man?
Oh. Hey, it was nice talking to you guys. I love your, right? I love your black bear thrill.
Thanks so much. I hope that's the legacy.
Don't encourage him, Dirk. Don't encourage this.
You got it, man. Yeah.
More on Big Dummy coming up. If you'd like to be a contestant, 206-803-ROCK.
When a cold has you down, it's the little comforts that lift you up. A warm blanket, a cup of tea, and a tissue that actually feels good on your skin. Infused with aloe, Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe provides a hint of cooling freshness to help your skin feel restored. So, whether your skin is feeling dry, chafed, or irritated, you're only one wipe away from helping it feel relieved. So, the next time you have a cold, get a hint of instant cooling relief with new Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation. Trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you, committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines nonstop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit Condor.com today and book your next adventure.
If you're ready for a new job, let Express Employment Professionals help you. Express is already hiring for summer jobs in a variety of industries. Job seekers never pay a fee at Express. Go to expresspros.com to find your location. That's expresspros.com.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
When a cold has you down, it's the little comforts that lift you up. A warm blanket, a cup of tea, and a tissue that actually feels good on your skin. Infused with aloe, Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe provides a hint of cooling freshness to help your skin feel restored. So, whether your skin is feeling dry, chafed, or irritated, you're only one wipe away from helping it feel relieved. So, the next time you have a cold, get a hint of instant cooling relief with new Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines nonstop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Deegan. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola. Deegan, are you sober or not sober?
I am on the way home, so sober.
Okay. All right, Deegan, welcome to Big Dummy, our Men's Room poll for the day. You are going to spend the day with one. Are you picking parents, kids, better half, or friends?
I'm going to say better half and friends.
Oh, you can only pick one.
Only one, better half.
Okay.
Is she in the car with you? Yeah. All right, Deegan. We were just talking about Emerald Downs, something to do on Father's Day, but in the world of horse racing, how many furlongs are in 1 mile?
Oh, shoot. I don't really watch horse racing. I'm going to go with 5.
Now let me ask you a question. Is this like an even number, or is this like some weird number like 137?
It's actually an even number.
It is.
Yeah, it's from biblical times. So you're only going to measure but so far, but there are 8 furlongs in 1 mile.
8. Okay.
8. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that like this is biblically old, but the only place that still uses
do they
it.
ever call that? Like on the third furlong?
I don't know. You know, just like our friend Deegan here, nobody actually watches horse racing until it's the Triple Crown.
They
so
mention
I don't
it.
know.
Do they? Okay.
But I don't know if they say they're in it or around it.
Or maybe you're a furlong ahead.
Right.
If
Is it
you're
like
really
around the... Yeah. It's not every track's a mile.
Not every track's a mile. And honestly, outside of horse racing, I don't know that I ever hear someone use the term furlong.
It's 8 furlongs down the road and then make a right.
And that's why they invented GPS.
I'm going to do that next time someone asks for directions. Absolutely, my man. Go about 4 furlongs down this road and then take a left.
How deep is it? Mark Twain.
Mark Twain. My brother used to like to pull hey, man, do you know how to get to, like, I don't know, the National Aquarium? He's like, yes. All right, so make a left here. All right. You're going to see a 7-Eleven. They're like, thank you. He's like, completely ignore that. Just don't even. He put out every landmark that you don't turn at. All right, your question. Such a D move. He would give them the right directions. You just had to unclutter your mind.
When you get to the corner, Boogie's going to be there. He'll have a cigarette in his mouth. It won't be lit. That's the one you want to talk to.
Right. All right, your question. The ailment known as conjunctivitis is also known by what colorful name?
Colorful name, gangrene.
Not bad. Got gangrene. You got black eyes. Got another kind of eye that A.E. Dave knows all about.
Pink eye.
Pink eye.
Is that pink eye?
Yeah.
Oh.
A.E. Dave and the Pink Eyes. That'd be his band. We're going skydiving tonight, brother.
Did you say sky or eye?
Sky.
Oh, skydiving.
Yeah, we're going skydiving. Yeah. Okay. In the book Flowers for Algernon, Algernon is what type of animal?
Algernon. I have no idea.
Was that a gorilla?
Is it a rat or a mouse?
It was a mouse.
Mouse. That's like there's rats and rats of Nim.
Correct. And then it's Algernon was a mouse, which made me wonder who wins a fight between Algernon and Stuart Little. Don't just say Stuart Little because you like him. I think Algernon would beat him to death. I know it's a horrible visual, but that's what I thought of this morning.
Stuart Little doesn't give off fighting vibes.
No. He really does not.
He's kind of a fancy dude. He's got his little convertible. It's kind of a roadster. Like, he seems easy to get beat up. Well, I mean, look, yeah.
Stuart Little, Geico Gecko.
Gecko.
Really? You think so?
Oh, before he got into advertising, he was at one of the toughest firms fought around English soccer.
I practice jiu-jitsu. All right. Here's your question. On what TV show did Katie Holmes first achieve stardom?
Oh, dear God.
You're close, Dad. It's a show like that, but not that one.
Oh.
Katie Holmes.
Katie Holmes.
I don't know. I don't really watch a lot of TV.
I mean, it went off the air in like 2002 or
somewhere around there.
Yeah, 2001.
What's his name?
Yeah.
Vanderbeek was on that show, right?
I remember that.
Vanderbeek was on that show.
Dawson's Creek.
Question 5.
Known in some places as Dawson's Creek.
He's just the Beak now, right?
Yeah, everyone just calls him the Beak.
Okay.
James Vanderbeek.
Like the Hoff. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
everyone calls him the Beak.
Isn't he
It's
not
like-
just the Beak now?
You're right. 'Cause David
I don't
Hasselhoff,
know that he
he's the
goes-
Hoff.
He's the Hoff.
I don't think he goes by the Beak, but I think when
think
people
he-
talk about him,
he's
you're
the
like,
Beak.
oh, the Beak.
There
And
was a period there, but it wasn't as big as like David Hasselhoff being the Hoff.
look, the Hoff, he's the original. He's the Hoff. But the Beak, I'm telling you, man.
He's original Beak.
He's taking the baton. The Beak, man.
Well, there's no other Beak.
And if there is, it's too late for you. You know, someone has the last name Hoff, and they can't even be the Hoff. Like, why is your last name? It's Hoff. Like, but you're not the Hoff. David Hasselhoff's the Hoff. All right, your question. What two cards do you have? What two cards do you have to have if you have a big slick in Texas Hold'em?
Big, leg, 2 cards.
Ted knows.
You should know that, Mike.
I should.
You play Texas Hold'em?
I've been known
No,
to
I
play.
do not. Ace and King.
Boom! You're
Got
on it.
Okay. Nice job.
Oh.
Wow.
Big slick.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't care
And
what they're
technically-
called, Ted. I just want to know if they make me money.
And they have to be of the same suit.
Right, they got to be suited. That's
Right.
What, right. That's what matters.
But he pulled that out of his ass and got it.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Justin. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola. Justin, are you sober or not sober?
Sober, sober.
All right, Justin. Okay, Justin, our men's room poll, you get to spend the day with one. Are you taking your parents, kids, better half, or friends?
Let's see here. The last time I hung out with my buddies, I woke up on the pallet. So my friends.
Your friends.
Yeah.
All right, friends of
That's what I'm
this.
saying. That's easy. All right, Justin, here's your question. Who sang the song She Works Hard for the Money?
Oh, my God. My wife's going to kill me.
She better treat her right.
I believe she just got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
Did
last
she,
couple
for
of
real?
years. I believe so, yes.
But that's,
Posthumously.
hey, I didn't realize she was dead. I used to have a poster of her on my wall as a kid, man. That was one of...
If it's who I think it is.
Well, now that's changing. You said you had a poster. of her.
Real, I remember more things about what you said in the past than what singers have done. You said you had a poster of her in your room?
when I was a kid, yeah. She was big in my younger years. And hot.
Diane Summers?
Ooh.
Donna Summer.
Donna Summer.
Donna
Sorry.
Summer. Donna Summer.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be Tina
Do we give that to
Turner.
him?
I was freaking close.
You said Diane Summer. That's not. I don't know if the officials can take that.
I would take it, dude. He knows who
You
he's
can't, you can't say the D.
But it's
you
Diana
can't say
Summer.
you can't say the DGs. It's Donna Summer.
Right. Yeah.
You can't say the
But you're
meat.
tracking.
They're not the Beatles. I mean, come on, man. I'm not trying to split hairs. This person isn't the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I kind of remember what Thrill said years ago, but didn't all get back in there.
Neil Dung.
I would have given it to you, man.
No, sorry. I love you, Justin, but no.
The Beatles. So another Paul McCartney couldn't join that band. He's a vegetarian. Strict vegetarian.
Roger Daltrey, the Pooh.
Right.
No, it's not.
Pooh are you? Pooh, 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 pooh. All right, your question. What color is the cross on the flag of Finland?
Oh, let's see here. I got to remember. Oh, wait. That's orange. So that'd be blue?
Is it red?
Blue.
Blue. You said blue, dude.
I thought you said red. Wait, no, you said
I-
yellow, right?
I said blue.
Oh,
he said blue.
Yeah, we're not going to give it to you.
We'll give you that one. How's that? All right.
Just because you got it right.
Now we're even.
Yeah, it's like the Beatles. Hello, Gabe. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Gabe, are you on team sober or team not sober?
Sober. I've been sober for so long.
All right, Gabe. You sound excited about that.
Yes, I am.
Men's room poll, Gabe. You get to spend the day with one. Are you taking your parents, kids, better half, or friends?
I'd probably do parents.
Okay.
Oh, yeah? All right.
What are you doing on Sunday? Are you a dad?
I am not a dad.
But you're spending the day with your dad, I hope?
Yes.
All right,
well,
very cool.
Actually, I don't know. Actually, we'll have to see.
It's up to him.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Or is it up to you? Because it's not Dad's Day. It's
Father's Day.
So
You know,
when
it
I
is
say,
the kid.
Right. If I call you Dad, I call you Father. Technically.
Right.
I mean, your name's Jim or whatever, right? I mean, that's how everyone else knows you.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm the one who says my dad, my father. It might be really up to you.
So what day do you think you guy would get more credit? Dad's Day or Father's Day? Like if it's called Dad's Day, I mean like Dad is doing what the hell he wants.
Yeah.
Father's Day, yeah. You know what? You're right. I am a father to my children because biologically that is how it works. Mm-hmm. I'm a dad to my kids because I'm hanging out with them. And in this case, Dad wants to go to the bar. Your father would never do that. Your father would never go to the bar on Father's Day, but your dad will. Yeah.
It's like Hulk Hogan and his penis.
Yeah. Turbo Lace penis is about 6 inches, but the Hulkster, Hulk Hogan's, is a 10-inch penis, yes. As I sit in court.
Look at this trade, the stenographer.
The stenographer had to
that,
type that. Think about it. The stenographer had to type up Terry Bolley's penis is 6 inches. The Hulksters, a.k.a. Hulk Hogan's. 10 and 12. Then yes, it was repeated. That's a hell of a job.
You're in court, dude. You are in court.
Oh, no, my penis, much smaller.
Terry's 5 inches.
Yeah.
Hulkster.
But Hulkster, I'm telling you, is a foot. He is hung like a pogo pony.
Got him.
Me, not so much.
And he won.
Yeah, no.
He won the trial.
All right. Your question, the arc reactor powers what superhero?
Superman.
Iron Man?
Iron Man, look at Ted.
Yeah.
Your nerdy wisdom.
Well, he has no special powers other than he's got money. So he would need something like that to generate all his suit.
Agreed.
Whereas like other superheroes have like what Black Panther had some special stuff.
Yeah, vibranium.
Vibranium.
Are there
technology.
Is there a broke-ass superhero that doesn't have special powers? Right, because your point, look, man, you say Iron Man, right? He has no particular superpowers, and he's a lawyer.
He's a broke-ass
rich.
lawyer.
Right,
Aquaman,
but he has
Aquaman,
superpowers.
Aquaman.
He has superpowers.
Aquaman.
He has a heightened
echolocation,
sense. He has
man.
a heightened sense of hearing because he's blind.
Right, but he's echolocation, which so at night, right? You have vision. I turn off all the lights. Find me echolocation, like you are right there, brother. I'm saying that's a special.
I mean, what did Bruce Banner do? Because
he lost his parents.
Well, he must have been
Bruce
poor.
Banner, no,
because
he was a doctor.
Well, why did
he was a scientist? Because they couldn't lift the car from his wife. The adrenaline you should have to save someone that needs the bends to not
Dude,
help
it's
him out.
Superman.
So
He was a journalist.
So he loaded himself up.
He's
with
poor.
Gamma.
No, but what I'm saying is he never went out and bought Hulk-fitting clothes. He must have been poor. You figure
You know what? That's a good call.
Yeah, he's always just walking around and ripped up stuff.
Like, just grow into it.
I think one of the movies he was like, you start investing in stretchy stuff.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, like if I got that giant and turned into the Hulk when I was angry, like if I'm watching Maryland football or a Mariners game, I would put on the Hulk-sized clothes.
Right.
I know what's coming.
I'm
gonna get angry.
I know it's coming.
And he never bitches. Like, damn it, I just bought this shirt.
I think
Like,
he went Goodwill.
That would be my first
He went
response.
Goodwill, dude.
Damn it, there were buttons just popped
He
in.
only bought band tees of bands he didn't like.
So maybe that's why he is rich. Is because, to be fair, you're not going
You're
to
right.
find
He
Hulk
buys
clothes.
new stuff every time.
You're not going to find Hulk clothes either.
Right.
It's not like you walk down the aisle, you got small, medium, large, extra large, 2X, and Hulk.
Somebody said, Tony Stark, special powers, that he's super smart. That's how he built a suit. Listen, man.
That's super smart.
That's not super smart. To be an engineer, to have that mind is fantastic. Like, Einstein did not have a superpower. He's just smarter than
He's super
But
smart in the way that
also-
we would say he's super smart.
But here's the difference. The reason he could build a suit, look, a broke-ass person might be as smart as Tony Stark. How do they finance building the suit?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Exactly.
all I'm saying.
And he built it in a cave with a box of scraps.
That's a good point, man.
Yeah. Saved his life.
I'm just saying, I can't think of a broke-ass superhero that also does not have a special power. Because they say, like, Peter Parker as Spider-Man. Man, he grew up very humbly. I'm like, right, he's also freaking Spider-Man. Right? He's not Batman. He's not
humbly.
Yeah, he's a vigilante. I'm like, because if I had a superpower, I'd be a vigilante.
He lives in New York City. He ain't broke.
If I know
what about Spider-Man?
That's what we're just saying.
Spider-Man.
He can shoot webs out of his wrist. He's considerably stronger than you. Jesus, man, he can jump from rooftop to rooftop.
Robin.
He hangs out with the rich dude. And he gets his ass beat all the time. He's not broke. He was an orphan, but he's living really well. Is Robin the closest we've got?
I got to go with Miles on this one.
So Robin is the rep for
Robin
broke
rode
ass.
the coattails of Batman. There is nothing special
Not a good
about
representation.
Robin. There's never been a good representation of Robin. Even all the Batman movies that actually were cooler, it wasn't the Adam West style. Like the Robin that showed up in there is like, yeah, but Bruce bought you that suit.
Okay. Damn. Somebody here says Hawkeye. I don't know if Hawkeye was broke or not.
He's got some pretty damn good precision. He's military. So
he could have been broke.
So he's
joined the military, came out and thought, all right, I will say Hawkeye is a better representation than Robin. If you said, I'm from the broke-ass superhero club with no special powers, I don't want Robin knocking door to door. Hawkeye maybe.
Yeah, but he's got a nice little remote cabin with, what's her name as a wife.
All right, somebody here says Ant-Man was broke. Right. But the problem is he had a special power.
Given to him by his
father-in-law. Rich, right. If anyone just broke, stays broke, gets no superpower, goes out there and just beats people's ass.
Pym technology that he was using. No, it's the super villains that are broke, and they end up
angry, right? Because our smartest Tony Stark was never had the money, right? That's all I'm saying. We need a broke ass. I have no special power superhero.
No, we don't.
I smoke cigarettes and break bottles over people's
Here's
heads.
my argument. It's because all those broke ass people that got the superhero stuff, they turned into villains. Poor people could not afford the power.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Oh, you broke? You can't have a superpower, man. Yeah.
You're not responsible.
All right, Gabe, if you'd shut up for a second, here's your question. What Asian dog breed is notable for its blue or black tongue?
Oh, I've never really known dog breeds.
Known to be eaten.
No, not the Shih Tzu.
Chow?
Chow is the ugliest dog. It is the Chow.
Question 4, Gabe.
Some lady just wrote a thing about if you want a dog that's not complicated, that you're really going to be happy you have, do not get a Shih Tzu. And then she just showed a picture of her dog. And I thought, you can just look at it and say, we would not get along. I don't know what it is about that breed. I'm like, no.
Now we're getting a few coming in here. Ted, they go Luke Cage.
Was he broke?
He was, but he kind of started his own business. It's like, dude, I'm super strong now. You could hire me.
Punisher keeps showing up on a handful of texts as well.
Somebody says Robin was a gymnast in a circus. Okay, well, that's not a superpower.
No, well, he got rich because Bruce Wayne adopted him.
Right.
Yeah.
How many carnies do you know that are just rolling in it?
When you ask the question, none. All right. Your question, what is the largest cultivated crop in the United States?
Gotta be corn.
Yep. Nice job.
Okay, very good. By the way, people, it's for just a broke-ass superhero. No superpowers. They say the kid from Kick-Ass, broke, no special power. Fine. He's just not in the general sense of superheroes, but I feel what you're saying. Peter from the Deadpool movies, but what did he do? Green Lantern had a freaking ring, man. Come on, dude. What are you saying?
Right.
How about Groot?
Groot's an alien.
I mean, yeah.
Well, the question was superpower.
Right. So Superman is an alien. So to him, it's not a superpower. It's just, I can crush it.
This is what he does.
But from our perspective, superpower.
So what does Groot do?
I was going to say, what would Groot's superpower? If he came down to Earth and he said, I'm going to be a superhero.
He's an ent, basically. He's just a tree man.
But is that a superpower? He's just a tree man.
That's just what he is.
Right. But I mean, so what does he do to impress us?
So
Aquaman doesn't swim real fast, or anything.
Oh, he does.
Does he?
Oh, you got to see him.
He breathes underwater. He talks to fish.
Well, congratulations. He's lonely.
Mm-hmm. He's like the Deep in Boys.
I mean, damn it. Wait, you could
exactly. At least the Deep does superhero kind of fun stuff.
You talk to fish, huh?
Yeah.
That's a good time.
More Big Dummy coming up. 206-803-ROCK.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
When a cold has you down, it's the little comforts that lift you up. A warm blanket, a cup of tea, and a tissue that actually feels good on your skin. Infused with aloe, Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe provides a hint of cooling freshness to help your skin feel restored. So, whether your skin is feeling dry, chafed, or irritated, you're only one wipe away from helping it feel relieved. So, the next time you have a cold, get a hint of instant cooling relief with new Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines nonstop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure.
If you're ready for a new job, let Express Employment Professionals help you. Express is already hiring for summer jobs in a variety of industries. Job seekers never pay a fee at Express. Go to expresspros.com to find your location. That's expresspros.com.
Look around. Every car you see is probably on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars. As for flying cars, well, we're ready when they are. If you see a car you like, find it on AutoTrader. That's our kind of thing. AutoTrader.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio, you're in the men's room. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
Just in time for Father's Day, the 10 worst foods for grilling. Coming up with the head chef and Ted's Meat and Potatoes on the way at 4:30. Right after the game, known as Big Dummy, 206-803-ROCK.
Big Dummy! Hello, Adam. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Adam, are you sober or not sober?
I am sober.
Adam, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, our men's room poll. You're going to spend the day with one in honor of Father's Day. Will it be your parents, your kids, better half, or friends?
Oh, my kids.
Taking the kids. How old are the kids?
4, 5, and 17.
Wow. Okay, that's quite the gap.
Yeah. Same mother for all three?
That's negative.
Okay. Otherwise, I'm like a super surprise somewhere.
I bet you were super surprised, too.
Yeah. Like, oh.
Wow. Look out.
Yes,
Again?
The little ones are, they're lovingly nicknamed Oops and Oh Crap.
That sounds about right. Mine used to be, what was it, misdemeanor and felon.
So the first time you could basically have sex again, you got her pregnant again.
Yeah, thanks to COVID.
I was going to say, I mean, that
got more time together.
Is that 16 months?
Just about, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. My kids are 18 months apart. Do the math. Hey, the doctor says, cool. Why are your pants already off? All right, your question. What common treat is made from chicle?
Rice Krispies.
Trickle?
Chicle.
Chickle.
Babies are made from trickle. This is made from chicle.
Common treat. This can't be hummus because that's chicken.
Not hummus. This is something that you don't eat it, but you put it in your mouth.
Gum.
Gum, yes.
Oh. Like chiclets.
There you go. That's probably where chiclets came from. Right?
All right.
So in Mexico, they even call gum chicle. And then chicle itself is a substance that basically just means sticky stuff. It's a chicle.
Was there ever a time there was any part of a horse that was involved in making gum?
I feel like I know where you're going, and I feel like I've heard this before. I don't know. Maybe back in the olden days.
All right, yeah, because, I mean, I've heard it, but I don't know if that's based in any truth at all.
I don't know, and it's certainly not the case now, at least as far as I know. Who knows? Am I chewing horse? All right, your question. In what part of the body are the ossicles found? The ossicles.
In your feet.
My back testicles? That would be your ears. I'm not sure what they are, but you have ossicles in your ears.
How do you spell it?
O-S-S Ickles. O-S-S-I-C-L-E-S.
Is it the middle part right here?
Maybe ossicles.
A very small,
something that oscillates. Is it the hairs?
One of those in the middle ear.
And what does it do?
Okay, yeah, they're all the way back there. You can't see it. It's inside of your ear.
I've never seen my ossicles.
Little itty
What
bitty
a sad
bones
day.
inside your ears.
All right, your question. What state is home to the Great Sand Dunes National Monument?
Well, let's go with Oregon.
Is it Utah?
Close.
Nevada.
Close.
California?
Colorado.
Colorado.
All right.
Question 4, Adam, tells you what
National
we know.
Monument.
Oh.
Specifically, yeah. All right, what flower do florists often refer to as mums?
That's Mom's flower right there.
I don't know. Daisies. I don't know flowers.
I know you don't know flowers, man. I didn't know flowers, but this is one of those
Carnations.
things. I'll tell you that it's in the name.
Chrysanthemums.
Chrysanthemums. Yeah. It is amazing, and I don't know if women are just born with this ability, and if not, how you've had the time in your life to learn this. But there is no flower that my wife or any of her female friends can look at and not identify. Mm-hmm. A weed is one thing. It amazes me because they'll talk about planting flowers, right? And to me, you find a flower you think looks good and you plant it. It's the beginning and end of my whole planting situation. They will talk for hours and they list off all these flowers, right? And I'm thinking, I don't know what any of these look like. I don't know what you're talking about. I can't even imagine what you're saying. And they just track the whole time. It is amazing me. Every freaking woman I've ever met. It's weird. All right. Your question, which famous entrepreneur is credited with inventing the weekend?
Einstein.
Ford. Henry Ford.
Question 5.
That's got to be a little bit of irony.
It is a bit of irony, but think about it. We're used to it now, so you don't give it much thought. But at the time, it's like, here's the deal I'll make with you. Right?
I thought he had some pretty brutal conditions until some labor unions started up. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't think you're wrong. But the person who's going to get credit is going to be Henry. Because here's a guy that's now employing all these people that says, you know what? I'm going to give you Saturday and Sunday off. And we'll do an 8-hour workday. Not from the kindness of his heart, but he's the guy that gets credit for it. Right? You lean that way down, but he gets the credit. But I think they're even like, you know what? Take the credit if you'll do this. That's fine. By the way, I also would have accepted Abel Tesfaye.
Bless you.
That's the guy who actually is the weekend, as in the same. Just saying. Canadian. All right. Your question. What French word for sled is given to a winter Olympic event?
Toboggan.
That's what I said.
Luge.
Correct.
This one's for the losers.
Well, this isn't going well today, fellas.
Sorry, man. You got Father's Day coming up. You forget all about it.
Or maybe your kids will reference how bad you were.
Oh, here's my dumb father on Father's Day. All right, Adam, your question.
We'll order for him.
Do you like your steak, Dad?
All right, question. What kind of animal was the dodo?
A bird.
Yes.
There you go.
Played it. All right. Why is it that we yell at people who either someone's confirmed they can't hear, right? They'll say they're deaf, and like somehow you raise your voice like that, it doesn't work, or someone who you think slow, and even like teachers to do it, like Billy, put down the glue, and I'm like, Billy can hear you clearly. He just likes to eat glue.
Or they speak a
you
different
don't
language.
have right. You're not really yelling at him. It's kind of like you're yelling to him.
Well,
do you like your steak cut? Like they can hear you. Man.
Typically, you speak to the person the way they speak to you. So if they're a slow speaker and you know it based on their age, based on a lot of other things, you tend to ape that cadence.
You think so?
Yes.
So you think Billy eating glue is yelling back to the teacher?
Look, man, I know this.
I like Elmer's.
I know this from calling Chinese. First-hand experience. Just like, did I really just say that?
Or getting cigarettes. Hello, Josh. Welcome to the men's room.
I like Elmer's.
Hola.
Josh, are you sober or not sober?
Unfortunately, sober.
That's all right, Josh. Okay, you're going to spend the day with one, Josh. You taking your parents, kids, better half, or friends?
I don't have any kids, so I will hang out with my parents.
I was going to say, then take the kids.
Perfect. All right, Josh. Here's your question. We were talking about superheroes. What superhero team includes Cosmic Boy, Saturn Girl, and Lightning Boy? This is a DC property.
The Thunderbolts?
Not a bad guess. The Legion of Superheroes. I Googled this. Does not look like something I enjoy. Cosmic Boy, Saturn Girl, Lightning Boy. I would take the Frozone thing my daughter threw out, and I would go like, no, I'd go by Icy Uranus.
The superhero D class.
Yeah. That is
The
bottom
chess
of the
club of superheroes.
The chess club of damn. All right. Your question, what winter sports are you playing if you use the term Bonspiel?
Bonspiel.
Give you a hint. It's one of those sports that everyone I know looks at and says, I think I could do that. Winter sport. Oh, yes.
Curling.
That's a curl.
I know. I'm like weightlifting.
I know, weightlifting did.
Crazy. I said curling.
Big Dummy.
That one's on me. Yeah. Hello, Jen. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Jen, are you sober or not sober?
Come on, you know.
No.
I'm not sober.
Okay. What have you gotten into today, Jen?
Just smoking a little weed, you know?
Okay. All right. Nothing too crazy. Okay, Jen, you're going to spend the day with one on our men's room poll. Are you taking your parents, kids, better half, or friends?
You know, I'm going to do my better half because he's been away for like 4 months for work, so...
That's what he's telling you.
Yeah. Well, who's he working?
So he actually owns his own, like, contracting business, so he's just been out doing a bathroom remodel, and it's been 4 months too long, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So,
Well, the woman who lives there keeps wanting additional things done.
Yeah.
right? Hey, I'm going to need an addition to that, you know what I mean?
What would you say if someone said, no, Jen, I don't know what you mean? Please explain. I don't know what you mean. Why do you speak in riddles? All right, Jen, here's your question. What flying insects are classified into two main families, Hesperioidea or Papilionoidea? Papilionoidea, yeah. It's a flying insect. Two main families there, Hesperioidea and Papilionoidea.
The last one you said. Yeah, that one.
No, those are the two families that these insects are classified under. What is the insect?
Oh, I have to guess.
Yes.
Isn't it an ant?
No, that's kind of the whole thing with Big Dummy. See, you call in. We're just going to ask you a question. And look, the question's pretty random. I admit it. I mean, who knows? But when we ask...
The weed is just really good, all right?
Okay.
Sorry, guys. My bad. I love you guys. I mean, my bad.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good.
Well, you called and thought you could play, you know?
Yeah. You're doing a big-up job, though. By the way, the answer is butterflies.
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 All right.
Butterflies.
Thank you, Jen. All right. See, now, is she the one we're at? Jen, how do you like your steak?
Hey, I got to go away for 4 months. Yeah, 4 months. Yeah, that's it. Maybe 5. Not sure yet. But hasta la vista.
What? My husband misses me, okay? Don't even...
Sure. Yeah.
6 months, looks like now. Yeah, cost of lumber slowing everything down.
It's going to be a couple more months.
Yeah, a lot of work out here, apparently. Now her friends wants me to help her on her place.
And what can I do? You know,
got to take
I mean,
where the work. Where the work is.
All right, Jen, your question. How many ships does each player start with in a game of Battleship?
7.
Cheater.
You got an armada. 5.
Got the carrier, the battleship, the cruiser, the submarine, and the destroyer.
Okay.
When's the last time you played a game of Battleship?
Oh, it's probably the last game I played, I think.
When was the last time you played?
Probably within a decade.
Oh, really?
1969.
I'm going to be on 5 months.
I don't know. That might shorten it.
You rose my battleship.
Might be another 10 months, you know what I mean?
I do.
Yes, we do.
Now you're tracking.
All right, Jen. How many states border Mexico? Ooh.
Gimme.
4?
4. Yep, you got it.
The same number of months your husband has been working hard.
And I'm driving the whole border.
Yeah, working hard. Yeah.
Big Dummy!
Hello, Kenny. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola. Kenny, are you sober or not sober?
I'm sober.
All right, Kenny, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, in honor of Father's Day, you get to spend the day with only one. Will you take your parents, kids, better half, or friends?
I take my kids.
Taking the kids, how old are they?
There's 13, 11, and 4.
So you're probably already spending the day with them on Sunday, right?
I would love to, but I have to work.
No. That sucks, man.
You have to work.
Yeah.
I hope you're working at church.
Can you at least go down to dinner or something?
No, I work evening.
Of course.
Breakfast, maybe.
That would be nice.
Yeah, Denny's.
Yeah, I'm telling. Hey, man, we're going to frickin' Denny's.
You're getting
all right?
pancakes.
Yeah. I want the Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity. What's it, Moons Over My Hammy? Is that a real one? Yeah.
That's a real one.
That's a real one. All right, your question. What historical figure said, quote, I came, I saw, I conquered?
God, Steve.
I should know this, but I don't know.
What were you going to say?
I'm not. I don't know.
Napoleon.
Genghis Khan.
Julius Caesar.
Turn the microphones off.
Hey, God.
Oh.
Jesus. I believe it's Beanie Feedy Beachy.
Yeah, I couldn't drag it out too long. Oh, and I saw him conquered. Yeah. All right, your question. To answer everything you asked me. Mind if I smoke a cigarette first? All right, your question. What punk band released the album London Calling?
What was that?
What punk band released the album London Calling? Great album.
Oh, gosh.
Had a little rockabilly sound as well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I know it's wrong, but let's just go Green Day.
The Clash. Damn it, Steve. That's all how you read it.
That's right. I just flipped the page there, did you? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, continues on the other side.
Look at that.
My bad.
There's more.
Hey, that's how we're going to pawn it off if corporate reaches out. But, hey, man, I wasn't thinking. It was written on two sides. All right, your question. Actor James Doohan played what Star Trek character on the original series?
Oh. Yeah, I never watched Star Trek.
Do you know any of the characters' names? It's not Spock. It's not Kirk. It's not Dr. McCoy.
Not Sulu.
Not Chekhov. Be funny if he was Sulu.
No.
Scotty?
Scotty. Mr. Scott.
I'm giving it all she's got, Captain.
Question 4.
Leave me alone. Get back to your wife.
Give a little more, huh?
Scotty, babe, what are we doing down here?
Scottish bastard.
He can't get anything right.
Can't do nothing.
Freaking Scotty. All right, your question. Ford Motor Company introduced what vehicle in 1964?
The Mustang.
Wow. Nice job, Kenny.
All right, car guy.
Very good. Game is Big Dummy, 206-803 Rock.
Hello, Connor. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bichola!
Hola.
Connor, sober, not sober?
I am sober.
All right, Connor, welcome to Big Dummy. Okay, you're going to spend the day with one. Are you taking your parents, kids, better half, or friends?
Friends.
Friends it is.
All right, Connor. Here's your question. What classic science fiction movie features a giant robot named Gort?
Gort?
Gort. Yeah, sadly, that is the name.
Gort.
That's the sound you
How
make
old? Are
when
we
you
talking 90s, 80s, what?
before then. I think it was in black and white, if I remember the story.
Gort.
Man, I don't know. Hell. Say the Tin Man. I don't know.
The Tin Man. Be the day the earth stood still. Gort.
I'll gort your teeth.
Gort.
Hey, you should clean that up. You got some gort.
What is this in your underwear, man? It's like Gort.
I can smell it.
Just throw those away.
Smells like bleach and feta cheese.
Going on this Gort on his athletic socks. Thinks I'm stupid. All right. All right, your question. Roquefort, Manchego, and feta cheeses are all produced from what animal's milk? Bat.
Goat.
Sheep, damn it, sheep.
Damn it.
Bat cheese. Would you have
It's
bat
like,
cheese?
it's like
I would
10
try
with a-
bat
It's like
cheese.
10 with a shepherd's pie. It's always sheep. Sheep.
Sheep.
Sheep.
Bat cheese.
Sheep. Lamb.
Would you try weasel cheese?
Weasel cheese.
Before bat cheese. You got bat cheese, weasel cheese.
Oh, I need weasel cheese before bat
Yeah.
cheese.
Really?
Yeah.
What about possum cheese?
I'll take some weasel cheeses.
You would eat weasel cheese before bat cheese.
I'm
I'm sorry, man. What? Weasel cheese.
Stop.
That's where the gourd is.
Your charcuterie board does not have
You
weasel
should have
cheese.
asked it for that at that Outback Steakhouse. It's a weasel cheese.
Give me the weasel cheese.
You got the weasel
Can
cheese.
you get a weasel cheese wheel?
Is this real weasel cheese? Big ballers.
Yeah, we're the fancy.
Trust me, I will do it within the next 2 weeks.
I was just
I will
thinking I
be
have to.
somebody somewhere for the charcuterie. I think I got a kid's birthday on Saturday for a friend that probably have a fancy one. Weasel cheese, huh?
Your weasel cheese.
Dad, you guys did it again.
All right, your question. What is the capital of Australia?
Oh, man. Is it Melbourne?
Oh, is it Sydney?
Nope.
Is it Christchurch?
That's New Zealand.
That's New Zealand.
Perth.
No.
That's too far west.
What's another one?
If you've heard of it, but you haven't heard
You've
of
heard of it. Canberra. Or maybe you have not heard of it. The look on your face says.
No, that's
Yeah, I would have
no
got that one.
boxes checked.
All right. Well, now you know. Canberra. All right. The day after Christmas is St. Stephen's Day, better known as what?
it. We should cheese.
Day?
What was that?
Hell. I don't know.
Return day.
The day we don't celebrate it. Canada celebrates it.
massive
England
in
celebrates
England.
it. Yeah, huge.
Do we know the name of it?
Oh yeah,
The sweet
absolutely.
science.
Am I going to be mad?
Squared circle.
Probably.
Type of dog.
Day of the D.
Boxing Day?
What is it?
Boxing Day?
There you go.
Okay. Yes.
All right, what do you think? One more?
One more.
One more.
He's smart.
Why the hell?
Hello, Terrell. Welcome to the men's room.
He's been orange.
Hola.
Trill, are you sober or not sober?
Not sober.
Not sober, Terrell. Okay. Okay, you get to spend the day with one. Are you taking parents, kids, better half, or friends?
Kids all day.
Kids. All right, sweet. How many kids you got?
2,
How old are they?
23 and 16.
Okay, all right, you're almost out of the clear.
That's a 23-year-old. Never want to shake the 16-year-old off so the two of you can hit the bar.
Me and a 23-year-old just had shots last night.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right, Terrell, here's your question. Who was the founder of the Mongol Empire?
Genghis Khan?
Damn.
One and
done.
One and done.
All right, hang on. Before we let you go, let me ask you a true or false question here. Let's see. True or false? Electric.
Hold on, wait. Before we get there,
Yes.
I want to say my grandmother was a teacher. Her auntie was a teacher. Like, I grew up.
That's a funny way to end the call.
Once again, bedroom callers, here are the 7 words you can't say on the radio. Sucker, mother, and please keep those words in mind when calling. Now, back to the program.
Didn't teach you proper English.
I might be an F-up.
Head chef coming up. Ted's Meat and Potatoes has the 10 worst foods for grilling. That's on the way at 4:30. You are listening to The Men's Room.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
When a cold has you down, it's the little comforts that lift you up. A warm blanket, a cup of tea, and a tissue that actually feels good on your skin. Infused with aloe, Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe provides a hint of cooling freshness to help your skin feel restored. So, whether your skin is feeling dry, chafed, or irritated, you're only one wipe away from helping it feel relieved. So, the next time you have a cold, get a hint of instant cooling relief with new Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Looking for a job is lonely. Endless searching, phone calls that go nowhere, applications that vanish into thin air. What if you could link with dozens of local companies who are hiring right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, endless opportunities, and no fees ever for job seekers. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth. For a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
When a cold has you down, it's the little comforts that lift you up. A warm blanket, a cup of tea, and a tissue that actually feels good on your skin. Infused with aloe, Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe provides a hint of cooling freshness to help your skin feel restored. So, whether your skin is feeling dry, chafed, or irritated, you're only one wipe away from helping it feel relieved. So, the next time you have a cold, get a hint of instant cooling relief with new Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
Oh, this Bosch miter saw really is smooth.
Feeling smooth.
Who said that?
It's your inner Bosch, baby. I'm that scoobity-bebop smooth feeling you get when you make smooth cuts with that moobity-mibbity-mibbity-mubbity miter saw.
So I'll just keep ski-bop sawing then?
Now you're getting it. Beep-bop, beat-up, wow, miter saw is my favorite.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
If you're ready for a new job, let Express Employment Professionals help you. Express is already hiring for summer jobs in a variety of industries. Job seekers never pay a fee at Express. Go to expresspros.com to find your location. That's expresspros.com.
We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Head chef all the way, Ted's Meat and Potatoes has the 10 worst foods for grilling. That's coming up at 4:30. But first, time for a few emails to the men's room at KISW.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
Jumping to the birthdays brought to you by our friends at Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company.
Dip responsibly.
All the guys requesting a birthday shout out for my friend CJ. Not only is he turning 26, but he just moved cities and started a new job. He would love a Suck It Up cupcake and a big old bong rip. Thanks, guys. I know this will mean a lot to him. That from Claire.
So, suck it up, cupcake!
Boo, bitches. Want to wish my buddy Dom from New Jersey a very happy birthday. How about the captain on how to eat an open-faced roast beef sandwich? and you guys talking all over each other in New Jersey accents about living in New Jersey. Rock on, bitches. That from our buddy Trung Lee.
Ooh, well, ahoy there, and happy birthday, New Jersey. Had an even open-faced roast beef sandwich, well, some people, and their open-faced roast beef sandwich, they like horseradish or cheddar cheese. Some people prefer crispy onions, but the old Capitan likes his open-faced roast beef the old-fashioned way, just by going red rind with roses and wearing a bib. Crunch berries.
Yeah, as far as living in New Jersey. Peter Morelli. Actually live in Cherry Hill. Look it up, Tiny Malls. Let's get on there, go to the strip club. BYOB. Go in there, take that bottle, pop it up, take it right there. Gentlemen, Chris from Darrington here. Can I get a birthday shout out? 41 today. Andrew Penis, Turtle Sex, Kevin Hart's Dam, and the Dirty Germans, and Coke Ted telling my wife Bree the importance of karaoke. I love you guys. Keep up the great work. P.S. I'll be putting down some delicious men's room IPA this evening.
Excellent.
Andro penis.
Damn.
Yeah, the importance of waking up to a perfectly warm hug from your wife. If you want to make it sound sexier for her, simply say it is an embrace.
Yeah. So, you know, you should let the Coke up to talk to you about it. All right, man. You want to know what's so great about mouth hugs? I'll tell you what's great about it. You know what says sorry? Mouth hug. You know what says I should have done that? Mouth hug. You know what says yes, we can afford that trip? Mouth hug. Put a little effort.
Gentlemen, please wish my love Chrissy a happy 45th birthday. She's been putting up with my ass for almost 11 years. And as far as I know, we both still love each other. Please give her an OG fish sandwich and a happy Chinooka. I love you, sweetie. That from Dan in Tacoma.
2 Oregon fish sandwich.
Happy Chinooka.
And one more. Happy 60th to my wonderful husband, JP. Lots of love there from your wife, Lisa. A dealer's choice, Mike. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
A script is a story. It's not a storybook.
Can I grow up?
Snap a picture of yourself.
All right, guys. Here you go.
Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's the Dirty Germans, brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Thank you, Bob. A couple extra emails here real quick. Guys, one-legged fights. Good afternoon, bitches. You guys were talking the other day on the show about fights that involve prosthetic limbs, and I've got one for you. Used to work at a weed shop in Burien that was on the outskirts of the ghetto, mainly because it's Burien, so needless to say, we had a lot of interesting characters that rolled through there. Now, one busy night, I'm helping out our big line of customers when one of our regulars comes busting in, screaming and yelling. Now, this guy was a homeless combat vet who got his leg blown off in some kind of attack in the war. He was never easy to deal with and always drunk and loud. So seeing him bust in yelling, kind of normal. But then I noticed he was hopping his way over to the counter while screaming some half-coherent nonsense and pointing at the ceiling. After telling him I couldn't understand him for what seemed like 40 times, he finally hobbles out. Well, a couple minutes later, another regular comes in, and as he walks in, he was facing the outside of the door yelling, "Well, you shouldn't be talking S then." When I asked him what he was up to, he proceeds to tell me that he was coming into the store and our homeless friend had approached his wife's side of the car and terrified her, asking for money. The customer got out of the car and told him to go away. An argument ensued. So instead of punching the guy, he thought it'd be a better idea to kick his leg off and throw it on the roof of the weed shop. So now it starts all making sense why this guy came in screaming about the roof, pointing to the ceiling. The joys of working in a weed shop. It's not even remotely the craziest thing I've seen in over my 2 years as a bud tender. Have a great one, boys. That from the real James P. Sullivan.
I mean, that story's pretty good.
It is.
Right? I mean, what's better? If he just drops the dude?
Or snacks the leg and throws it.
Exactly. And one more.
I like, too, he said just kicked it out from under.
Subject is actual angry Germans, like real ones. Gentlemen, I recently returned from a Mediterranean cruise where I had an interesting experience. This particular cruise line had a lot of Europeans, a lot of different languages. Anyway, night before we were to disembark the ship, we received a sheet of instructions slipped under our cabin door, what to do the next morning, blah, 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 before leaving. However, the instructions were printed in a language that was not English. So I walked to the customer service desk to get instructions that I could understand. So I got to the desk. The line was unusually long. I was in a great mood. Stopped by the bar, got a rum and coke to drink as I waited in line for my turn. However, there was a middle-aged German couple standing in front of me in what seemed to be a very agitated and angry state. I don't understand very many words in German, but I could tell they were mad. Well, finally, it was the German couple's turn to be served, and the young lady behind the desk politely asked, English? The response for the German woman was emphatic, Nein, douche. After years of listening to Thrill and Tennis Dirty Germans, I had to bite my tongue to keep from laughing.
Good thing you didn't.
Cheers and rock on. That from Eric in North Vancouver, BC, Canada.
I would have seen Deutsch.
Deutsch.
Yeah, Deutsch.
Right? Because it's Deutsch.
Nein, Deutsch. Nein, Deutsch.
Nein.
Deutsch. Coming up at 5:08, we'll drink a toast with a shot of the day, but first.
Time to open wide and sample Ted's meats and potatoes. Now, here's your host, head chef of the men's room, the Ted Nugent.
Head chef in the house.
Thank you, folks. Thank you. Now, before I get into the list of the 10 worst foods for grilling, what do you guys remember grilling when you were growing up?
Hot dogs. I mean, more than hamburgers, hot dogs, man. And my dad, I don't know if this is just an upstate New York thing or it was at the times, the 70s, he would get just these plain white hot dogs.
I have looked it up because you've brought it up.
Yeah.
It is very specific to that area of New York you guys lived in. Yeah.
Okay, because I mean,
there's only one like brand that still kind of makes them. Now, I know a Weisswurst.
These were
traditional,
not those.
right? But those are white. But and you'll see those because Uli still makes them.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just, I didn't think it was weird, only because that's what I was growing up with. And then when we moved to Baltimore, I'm a young teen, and I just expected to find white hot dogs, and there were none. And I realized maybe I'm the weird one.
Yeah, because I think way back in the day, there was both versions, right? Like a red hot.
Yeah.
And then white ones. Mm-hmm. But that for some reason, that area of the country is really the only place that stuck with the white ones.
Yeah, grew up with them.
Yeah, hot dogs. We would grill... Like, I feel like we got a little bit older, got a little more expansive, but I'm with you. Outside of like hot dogs, hamburgers, maybe corn on the cob, like
that
never got
happen.
too.
But when your kids are young, you're not spending all that money on good grilling meat. Like, look, man, they're going to eat hot dogs. I think
exactly.
Then when you hit your teen years, you're right. It seems like suddenly
the grill
everyone's palate kind of expands.
The grill means their friends are coming over, and the neighbors might be coming over, and all those things. So once you fire that bad boy up, man, you're going to feed more people than just your family.
That is generally true.
Yeah, I think the most exotic thing we used to grill was just like Italian sausages.
But they're so good.
Yeah, that was like a big one. And then, if we had steaks, we always owned over to my uncle's house for some reason.
He's probably a better griller. Like if I spent the money on the steak, was it like, look, man, I spent too much on this for your ass to give it a try. Let's go.
I don't know what he was buying. They had to be cheap because I remember like the whole grill being full of them. And this sounds awful. We were kids. We would put A1 all over them and then like seasoned salt.
Yeah.
So it's like, why bother even grilling the steak?
Right.
All right. So these are the worst things you can grill. Number 10 on the list, I had talked about it, watermelon. Now, a lot of people on TikTok disagree with it. They say it was a big trend last year. I remember if that was last year or the year before. Me and MCTP, by the way, I knew the podcast out this week, just the two of us. But we were grilling them at his dad's house. Yeah, Cobb Silver Exotic. Again, it was fine. We were trying it out, but it is just grilled, watery mess.
Okay.
So it's not crunchy on the outside or doesn't really enhance flavor.
Now, it really just kind of leaves the grill marks on there. But again, I say it's worth trying, But again, pineapple, that seemed crazy years ago when I first tried it.
But it's denser, it caramelizes.
Correct.
Right?
And I don't even really eat a ton of pineapple. But if you grill it, I'm in. Or if you put or it's hot for some reason, I eat it.
Pineapple is one of the few fruits that I will voluntarily eat. Any other fruit, I'm like, no. Ted, I don't know if strawberries made the list, but somebody says grilled strawberries. Fantastic.
Wow. No.
I have strawberries at home. I throw those on tonight.
It just in my mind, that sounds like it'd be really good. They say add creme fraiche. I don't know if we get that fancy, but I could see grilling strawberries.
All right, things, worst foods for grilling, thick root vegetables. So think beets, big carrots. They need time to soften up. They won't cook through the whole way. So they're like, you can't just toss them on a hot grill.
I do see a lot of people do that. Not a lot of people, but there's a sizable number of people that love the carrots and all that, and they want it grilled. Right, I haven't seen anyone soften them first. Yeah. Slice it, throw it on.
You got to know those.
Well,
but I don't eat them, so I don't know.
That's why this is saying thick ones, right?
Okay.
So if you got those baby fancy carrots, sure, right? They're different colors. You could probably grill those. But for like a big carrot or whatever, and I'm one of those people, man. I thoroughly love to cook carrot like in a stew.
Also, if you have one of those big aluminum trays, if you don't have a flat grill, you can put that on your grill and cook all that stuff in there just low and slow.
Yeah, you're not wrong at all.
Because they got a little lid that fits right on top of there, man. You can hook that up.
This one you should know by now, but extra lean burgers. You always want at least 80%, 20% fat. If they're super lean, when you grill them up, they're just going to suck. They're going to be dry. I would also say same thing with like bison. If you mix it with beef, like a beefalo burger, cool. Right? We learned that from the hotness years ago. But if you just grill up bison, it is so lean.
It is.
Like, you don't forget, a good hamburger, you need that amount of fat.
The only one that isn't is elk. You can get away with an elk burger.
Yeah, that's not a bad
It's lean
call.
as hell, but for whatever reason, it still stays juicy.
Let's see. They say frozen shrimp. Thaw it out over the night.
Yes.
If you thaw it out overnight first, you might be okay. But they're like, you can't, if you just try to take frozen shrimp out and then start grilling them.
It's going to turn to mush.
And you're going to have really frozen middles and scorched outside.
Right.
You know, I had some mushy shrimp the other day.
Ooh.
Yeah, we had to send it back. Well, I think they were spawning or something.
Ew.
In the restaurant?
Yeah.
Ew, man.
You know as soon as you bite into it, you're like, pfft.
I just looked, and they were very nice about it. And even the chef came out and was like, yeah. And I just kind of joked to my buddy because they were full shrimp, full prawn. I just looked at my buddy. I go, I wish I had tried the body before I sucked all that juice out of the head. And he was like, Jesus, man, yeah, what the hell? I was like, what's for the flavors? Soft tofu. Extra firm tofu? Go ahead, grill it. Softer type? Throw it out. Honestly.
Throw it all out.
Yeah. Come on.
You fired the grill up.
At least the fake, like, Boca burgers pretending to be a burger.
Right. And put the effort on the grill.
Yeah. Like, if you come in my house and you have a tofu thing you want grilled, better be extra firm and it better be round.
Well, and tofu's a flavor sponge. You don't just throw it on a grill and you want the charcoal flavor. Like,
it'll taste like burn.
Something.
I agree with this one, and I've seen somebody do it. It was a flaming mess. Bacon. It'll tear. It'll drip. It'll not cook evenly. You're better off using the oven. Also, the amount of grease that comes off bacon, you're going to have so much flame in there.
You might start your own fire.
Correct.
And that's when that flat top comes in handy, man.
Yes.
Because I like doing it on the flat top outside, like eggs and all that kind of thing. It's really good, but the grill, you're begging for a nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hell, I've even been somewhere like it's not great, but again, cooking bacon. I know people that swear by cooking it in the oven on the cookie sheet. Mm-hmm. I still like to sit there and cook it in a pan. Is there something nice about doing it?
Mm-hmm. I'm a cookie sheeter.
Pork belly you can get away with. Salt pork you can get away with. You just got to cook it thick.
You still got to be careful. I like this. They say if you really want that smoky taste, you can put it on foil after it's cooked. Leave it on the grill for like 30 seconds, but not directly over the flames. Again, there's a good chance you're going to light your whole grill on fire with the amount of grease coming off the bacon. This one should be pretty simple to you if you don't know this. Don't cook raw eggs in the shell. They'll explode. They'll get everywhere. Yeah.
Go ahead, try it.
Well, they used to, I still kind of have one, right? I have a little hibachi guy, then I have one of the old school, like, grill to go. So, like, there's no actual flame getting up there. It's just kind of and one side looks more like a grill, but one side's flat. So, like, you need something like that, or you got to have a separate little burner on the side if you really want to cook your eggs. But, listen, people have been doing kegs and eggs at tailgates for years. So there is, you know what I mean?
It can be done.
It can be done. Nowadays, everybody's got the flat top, so it's pretty easy out there cooking all that stuff. Leafy greens. Obviously, people are thinking about spinach. You could wilt spinach, you cooked for years. That is such a quick, easy thing to do.
It takes a billionth of a second. If the surface is already hot, put it on, pull it off, done. Although somebody did say, and I've seen this before, as far as leafy greens, the romaine lettuce, cut it long ways.
I've seen that
too
before.
hard. Once you start
Right.
separating the leaves, right, it's gone. But you keep them dense, and I think they said they added olive oil and Parmesan.
Ooh. Right. So you can
and you still flash it.
Okay, all right.
Right. It still doesn't need a ton of time.
Right.
But obviously, if you're trying to just wilt spinach or whatever.
Come on.
Right. Again, and Miles been bringing it up. You could literally put a pan on top of your grill if you're dead set on grilling and do it that way. But just try to do it over the grill. It's going to fall
I've done it
apart.
in my pants.
Yeah, Jesus. Delicate fish fillets. If you put them directly on the grill, they're going to stick and tear. If you want to grill them, wrap them in foil first.
I've learned that lesson.
Correct. And I think that's how most people, right? Like
You figured out real quick. You don't do it. It's like a kid touching a hot pan. You probably won't do it twice, but you don't think about it the first time. Like, ooh.
Well, that's why, like, a lot of restaurants, and you could do this at home, you'll see cedar plank.
Yep.
Because you literally put it on, like, a damp cedar plank, and then it cooks it, but gives you that smoky little taste that you're looking for without it just falling apart in there. And the last one, like this, you don't need these. Soft cheeses. They don't go hard. They're soft little bitch cheese. No.
I can't even think what cheese. I can think, like, if you got, like, a wheel of Parmesan.
Smoked cheese.
Right? That's a thick, dense cheese. I still wouldn't grill it.
I think they're talking about, like, basically, like, if you're topping your burger with mozzarella or brie, if you put that on while it's on the grill, it is going to melt right away, right? Like a hard, sharp cheddar is going to take a little more time.
I typically do turn the heat off, open the lid, put the cheese on, then I'll close the lid, count to about 60, open the lid again. It's pretty good.
Yeah. But also, like, I don't know. Mozzarella on a burger seems foreign to me. Unless you're out there, like, you're not making chicken parms on your grill.
Probably not.
So, like, most soft
you would
cheese,
on your flat top.
You could, but most soft cheeses don't belong in that goddamn grill anyhow.
Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. Shot of the Day's coming up at 5:08. You are listening to The Men's Room.
When a cold has you down, it's the little comforts that lift you up. A warm blanket, a cup of tea, and a tissue that actually feels good on your skin. Infused with aloe, Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe provides a hint of cooling freshness to help your skin feel restored. So, whether your skin is feeling dry, chafed, or irritated, you're only one wipe away from helping it feel relieved. So, the next time you have a cold, get a hint of instant cooling relief with new Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
Man, that was easy.
Bulldog Rotary Hammer!
Hello?
It is I, He-Man, your inner Bosch.
Inner...
Bosch!
I'm sorry, what?
That powerful feeling you get when you can powerfully blast through concrete. Say it with me.
What, like right now?
Yes! We have the power!
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
Looking for a job is lonely. Endless searching, phone calls that go nowhere, applications that vanish into thin air. What if you could link with dozens of local companies who are hiring right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, endless opportunities, and no fees ever for job seekers. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
When was the last time you refreshed your bedding? Sleep cooler with Avocado's naturally breathable, certified organic sheets. Choose from GOTS certified organic cotton, linen, or hemp. All made safe certified to the highest standards of non-toxic safety. Delivering the ultimate in luxury, sustainability, and style. And a deeper, more restorative sleep. Join Avocado's mission to be one of the world's most sustainable brands at avocadomattress.com.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation. Trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you, committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today. And live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill.
All right, check out on 5:08. We'll drink a toast with the shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check on Mike Honk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. Your breathing pattern is so unique to yourself that it can be used to identify you with 97% accuracy.
Your breathing pattern?
Your breathing pattern. But when you think about that, other than maybe the sound of the breath itself can kind of almost vibrate the vocal cords when you think about it.
Sure.
You know who's breathing.
Actually, you're not wrong. If it's quiet, you know who you're hearing.
Yes. And again, I don't know if that's just because of the way that the air comes out of the chamber of your nose, or maybe it does vibrate the vocal cords, but like, even when I'm middle stalling it,
know who else is
there
in
are
there.
times that I can tell who it is over there.
Oddly enough, I knew when Castle walked into the urinal when I was pooping earlier.
Oh, no kidding.
One, there's a way the door opens, and I assume it's him, but I had not seen him all day. And then just hearing the man breathe as he's peeing, and my mind, and it's stupid, but I'm like, oh, it's Castle.
He's also a very noisy man in the bathroom.
He did fart a little.
That's
He did fart a little when he was peeing, right? Because I was kind of holding mine because I knew it was going to be bad, and he was just peeing, and then there was a little. And I'm like, all right.
Our boy VD always checks when he comes into the bathroom and I'm middle stalling it. Because, there's really nobody else that uses the middle stall, but somebody does. I'm pretty sure I know who it is over there. But anyway, so he always checks to see if it's me. But he'll stand at the urinal and just.
He has a very definitive breath sound. One time I thought it was VD in the middle stall. I really had to go, so I took the stall closest to the urinals.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to go. And I knew they were finishing up. Hiya! I looked at the shoes. I'm like, that's VD. So I said, hey, man, you want to join me? And then I hear Phil's voice say, real calm, no, man, that's all right. I'm like, all right. I don't know what Phil thinks of me, but.
I knew Phil used my middle stall.
Here's him. It's not a great thing.
There's a few middle stallers. I've not done that, but just been like, pooping, huh, Mike?
And then it's not Mike, right?
Well, nobody said anything. I know there was somebody in there in that middle stall. Nobody said anything. I finished. I was just like, all right. And I came out and I was like,
what up, Ted?
Yeah, I'm like, hey, Mike, I don't know who's in there.
I hate the reputation.
Everyone here is probably like, everyone in the men's room will talk to you when you're pooping.
Right.
It was just casual conversation.
We talk in the men's room, man. That's what we do.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The number of times I've had VD come crashing into the studio. Did you just go blow up that room? No, I didn't. Well, someone did in there. I know I have a reputation. Apparently, the length of your ring finger can predict how well you run.
What?
I don't get it. So I had to look into this one just a little bit. So in a nutshell, what they say with this study, people with lower 2D, 4D ratios or shorter ring fingers relative to their index finger may perform better in endurance sports. They say the strongest link was the ventilatory threshold, or how hard you can exercise before rapid breathing kicks in. This connection likely stems from prenatal testosterone exposure and its long-term effects on the body.
So if your pointer finger is longer than your ring finger, you have that.
No, if your ring finger is longer than your pointer finger, you're probably a good runner. And
my
you know
ring
what?
finger is longer than my pointer finger.
So you should be a good runner, sir.
If I ran, I might find out.
Yeah.
Who are we running?
I will say this.
Who
I
are we
have
running
outrun
from?
cops many times in my teen years, man. I mean, fleet of foot, brother.
Ain't been caught yet, man.
Ain't been caught. Well, I got caught one time, and it ended poorly.
Caught running away, or you were just
No,
arrested?
I was not running.
Okay, there you go. Every time you've run, you've escaped.
The running, 100%. Hear that, coppers?
Try to catch me. I'm the gingerbread man.
And I always think that when I watch like cop TV shows, they always confuse me. They'll, hey, man, we found the suspect or whatever. They're still like 40 feet away.
Yeah.
And they yell, you there. I'm like a 40-foot head. Brother, you ain't catching that guy.
No.
You got to get up on him and then take him down.
Right.
I've never understood that.
Science has proven that Americans do, in fact, have the filthiest mouths in the world.
Oh, God. By leaps and bounds,
It depends
man.
entirely on what you consider to be foul language.
Just whatever you consider foul language in your own country, right?
Those nasty Brits use the C word all the damn time.
Yeah, and same, but
mainly
because
just
it's
the
not
F word.
But it's not considered necessarily as profane as we see it.
Right.
So that registers less. So yeah, we dominated this. We are a filthy, filthy people.
I have some friends, I swear, I just don't think they think of, I don't think it registers how much they curse.
Yes.
We just did a birthday for the guy from New Jersey. Now, look, I don't know the guy, but I know New Jersey. Everyone there cusses all the time, and they're not being mean. They're not even being rude. Like, this is the form of communication.
Correct.
Where are we effing going for effing dinner tonight? You see that mother effer that came up and his mother effer? Like, this is just a conversation.
Right. New research shows that expressing gratitude can transform your work and life.
No kidding.
Right. What do you know?
Being gracious to people.
Shocking.
Might come back in a positive way.
Brutal honesty has shown to make relationships stronger, even when it hurts. Because at the end of the day, people like honesty. And I will say about this, I believe I've said it before, honesty works as long as people understand that you have the best intentions in mind.
I think
if somebody asks you,
if they ask you,
yes.
To me, when I hear people say brutal honesty, as we use it now, typically it means no one asked for your opinion.
Right.
You just offered it up. Even
Correct.
if you're right, like that no one likes. But if you're going to ask me, then yes,
well,
I will be honest.
I'll push in the other direction. Sometimes people do need brutal honesty that's unsolicited because they're never going to ask that about themselves. It's something that they need to know about themselves. Truly.
But I think sometimes you can judge if it's the right time.
Exactly.
There's a way to... there's some people that are just rude and go,
Right.
just being honest. So that's where we can throw right, but nobody asked you.
Correct.
You're just saying
You're
this
just
to say,
being
and I don't
rude.
even know you.
Right.
Right. You're not even wrong.
Right.
But you're rude.
Exactly.
That's all. So it's like
And that's-
having kids, you know what I mean? You know everything you need to know about them. And sometimes you have to be brutally honest.
Right.
You're always very honest. Sometimes you have to be brutal, but it's all circumstantial.
I feel
Sometimes
like-
you have your come to moment Jesus with us. Other times, hey, let me just talk to you.
I feel like everybody has that person in their life that they look and say somebody close to them needs to tell them about this flaw that they have.
People that are not in rock bands that wear leather pants.
Right. Like it's not on me to do it because I am not
Right.
near high enough on their hierarchy for them to listen to what it is that they need to
I'll
hear.
just be a douche.
Right. One of their family or their wife or their husband needs to lay it down with them like, hey, this needs to stop.
Sure.
Regardless of income level, people that save and pay off debts on time score significantly higher on mental health assessments.
Well, they're not stressed.
Yeah.
Hey,
If they
not
can.
debt.
If you can do that, sure, but it's just one less distraction.
It's
Exactly.
a matter of can you?
Right.
Everyone's got a different situation.
I'm sure everybody would like to.
Like when I was a kid, it always seemed weird to me. Someone on a game show would be like, "We paid your mortgage," and my parents were always like, "Man, that's awesome." In my mind, as a kid, I'm like, "I want money. I don't care." Now I have a house. I'm like, man, if you paid off my mortgage, I would break down in tears just like they do.
You bet.
Right?
You bet. I'm going to go back to the proper ways of communication and something that has been lost as far as the proper channels of communication in the current age was the invent of the cell phone, mainly text messaging, because people have learned, or rather they haven't learned yet, that there are certain things that you should not be doing over text.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
10 things you should never do over text. How about don't send vague text messages to your employees? The one I love is come see me immediately. Well, sweet mother Mary and Joseph, what in the Sam Hill could that mean? Now you have to sit there panicked and in a cold sweat wondering what the hell you did. So you do the only thing you can think of. You pull out that hidden bottle, take a good hard pull, try not to fill your tidy whities with mud, start walking the green mile toward your pending doom, only to get there and find out they need your help because they're technically challenged, and the IT guys know where to be found. So you fix their damn problem, roll back to your desk as the adrenaline crash sets in, take another hard pull, and smoke a cigarette. Also, don't send pics, okay? Jesus.
He's on it today.
He nailed it.
That's pretty accurate there.
I have a pretty good idea what that's all about.
Oh, yeah?
He's right. See me immediately. Like, oh.
Yeah. They start out with apologizing. Don't apologize over text. And I'll put it to this way, that there are some apologies that can be made over text, but if you are apologizing,
right,
give them a phone call.
If you're sorry, you can do it over text.
There you go.
If you're apologizing, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Also depends on how well you know him.
That's true. I like to send a shrug. It just makes me laugh.
Sorry. Continuing a fight. They said getting the final word via text might seem critical in the heat of the moment, but when you go back hours later, you might regret it. And I do agree with that.
We've all done it. We'll probably all do it again.
Right.
We know it's the heat of the moment.
Well, and the problem is, you can find it anywhere if you're scrolling on social media. If you get any kind of politically charged in any capacity story on social media, you look at that comment section, it's like, you wrote that entire novel and never once took a breath and said, why am I doing this?
Yeah. It changed nothing.
You are not going
You
to
need to
change
bet.
any mind on the other side, man.
We get it, but now it's out there.
You're right.
Like we said, everyone's been there. You have an argument with a significant other, right? And it's going through text because that's where it started.
Sure.
and it's like, God damn it, and you're both like dug in, and that you say something incredibly snarky, very clever. You know you made the other person mad because on some level that's all you're looking to do, right? And then those 3 freaking dots are there for 15 minutes. And then it comes back with, okay.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, no.
She cooled off first.
Oh, no. Not even that.
Those embers are still there, though.
When I get home, this is going to be bad.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, that's
even worse.
That's barbecuing. You don't need flame.
That's right.
Even worse, just K. That's real bad.
Damn it. Complaining about work. Says you probably know, or at least should know, that bashing your job or boss on social media is a big no-no. While texting may seem like a more private space to air your job-related grievances, you'll want to think twice before you do that, especially if the recipient is a coworker. Even if you're pretty sure that your coworker has the same opinion as you do, bashing your job or another colleague to them is still a risky move. Not to mention, if you've ever sent a text that is basically critical, to put it lightly, of somebody else, has anybody else just stared at the name that you're sending it to for a good 5 seconds? Like, I am sending this to Ted.
Right. To make sure.
I know.
Make
right.
sure.
Because I know I just talked to Steve, and so I need to make sure that this is on Ted.
I say put it on group chat.
Yeah.
No, you don't want here, but like, exactly.
He doesn't look at the group chats. He actually hates them. He just ignores them the entire time. He'll never know. They say on the opposite side, spreading gossip. Just like a lawyer or hiring manager is very particular about what they put in writing, so should you be cautious about what you write over text. Don't forget that your message can always be screenshot and shared with other people in your circle, and then you never know who might get to see it.
Wow.
Whatever you send should only be, you should be able to stand by it.
Mm-hmm.
That also includes the D pics. Yeah.
Just whip it up.
Look at this penis that he sent me.
There's a good chance that lady that you're sending that D pic to, not going to be with her after a while. And now she's got your wiener.
What was she going to do?
I mean, that is the issue.
You got my penis. Now what? You got a picture of my penis. What do you do?
Do you want to be a salesperson for my penis? Go ahead. Seriously.
Tell your friend.
Go ahead, upsell me. Yeah, seriously.
They go with spewing sadness. Says your pals posted a photo on Instagram at a restaurant you've been wanting to try, and they didn't invite you. Or your ex suddenly has a new partner right after you broke up. Whenever you see something online that instantly stirs anger, frustration, or sadness in you, that's exactly when you should put down your phone rather than pick it up. Upset texting is a way for you to immediately emote your feelings without having to deal with the other person's reactions. That's according to a relationship expert. You're not opening a conversation, but simply throwing up your upset feelings on another person.
Yeah, it was venting. Again, try not to vent.
Right.
Have a definitive purpose for anything you're going to say.
Well, and we've gotten to this point in our society where if we think it, we need to get it out now. We have no capacity of holding anything in and processing it. It's merely, here's what I'm feeling, you process it for me. Or more accurately,
pretty much.
You internally process it for me and don't tell me that I'm wrong.
And I've said it 100 times.
And keep your opinions to yourself.
Yeah.
I have a couple buddies I will vent to, but I'll just say, look, I'm just venting. I just want to get this out because I'm just that annoyed.
Yeah.
Then we can move on.
Exactly.
I'm not asking for help. Not asking you to give. You're probably right. There's two sides of a story. I'm just pissed.
Right.
Venting to me is like screaming after you stub your toe. You legitimately feel better.
Right. But I'm saying, I'm with you though. That's it. So I wouldn't text that though.
No.
Right. No. Nobody wants to hear.
I'm not looking for a problem solved. I'm looking for an ear.
Yeah. And what do you I can't believe she's out having dinner.
Right. Come on.
Well, she was gonna eat again.
I mean, what are you going to say? Are you stupid?
Right.
I love you, buddy, but are you dumb?
You two broke up. I understand that it upsets you seeing that she's happy again, but that's, you know that you're wrong for feeling bad, that you just need to get through this, right?
And besides, you took her to Red Lobster.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, and also just write a song about it.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah. Things you should never do over text message. Send sensitive, private information. I'm not even going to read the
You only need to tell that to people in the Fed. The rest of us, right? Everyone else knows that. And the people at the top levels, I shouldn't have done that. We don't. There's a reason, but
What's my social
learn
security
on the
number?
job, buddy.
They say delivering great news.
Why is that bad?
Of course, small victories like a good grade or a successful work presentation are usually fine to share via text, but call us old-fashioned. If you just got engaged, you're expecting a baby, got a yes from the job, or a colleague of your dreams, that's news that should be shared over the phone. It's just maybe barely, but it crosses that line of it
became impersonal.
Right.
Again, I think it depends on how well you know the person.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? I might talk to some people that are interested in an industry or podcasting. So they're like, oh, I got this job. And they're cool. Wow, I don't know well enough, I think, where they owe me a phone call.
Yeah.
But even when you have a kid, people that understand it know you're probably also super busy because within 5 minutes of that, When my wife was giving birth to our first kid, I could not believe how many people called and how many people, to the point I had to tell my mother-in-law, do not call this goddamn phone anymore. Obviously, we're going to let you know when the kid has been born. She was not born yesterday, and we forgot to call you. Incidentally, you're also at your son's wedding. Go back to the wedding.
God.
We will, right? And here's the thing. So when we make this announcement to you then can then tell the people at the wedding, everyone will be happy. But I'm like, we're not keeping you in the dark, everybody. That's what No, we didn't have the kid yet. That's why I didn't tell you we had the kid.
They also say delivering bad news on the other side of it.
You're fired.
Exactly. It's basically when you need the reaction from somebody. Good news, bad news, you need the reaction from somebody to either process it properly or to celebrate properly. Don't do it over text message.
Yeah. And but I'm trying to think of the last bad thing to happen in my family. Like, I just woke up from 2 texts. One from my brother, one from my cousin on like a Saturday morning at that time. They don't generally text me.
Correct.
So they both just said, hey, call me. It's like,
that's almost worse.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, I had to talk to him, and I'm just like, damn.
I got the text from you. I was in no condition to actually talk over the phone, but I got that text. Call me if you're awake. Like, damn it.
Correct, right? I didn't want to send it right.
Exactly.
They throw called me like 11:15.
Yeah, actually, because he's
still up.
Are you up, man?
Right. Canceling a date.
Again, it depends how long you've been together.
Yeah.
Let me reframe that. If I'm canceling a date with my wife, it's like I am busy with something.
Correct.
I will call you later.
Sorry.
But can't do it tonight, right? I'm not going to be mad. Whatever, I'll explain it. But yeah, if it were early in a relationship, like, boss, let me make a phone call.
Yeah. And then I'll leave you with this one.
Go back to the Shrug.
The last thing that you should never do over text messages, and it's kind of along those same lines, and it also kind of depends on how long you were with them in the first place. Breaking up with somebody.
Oh, God. See, but I feel like it's different.
It happens.
So the longer I'm with my wife, I can tell her we have to cancel tonight.
Right.
But I must talk to her for breaking up.
Right.
If we've only been together for a month, I have to call you to say we can't go out tonight. But I can break up with you on the text.
God, can you imagine?
I mean, that's the trade.
At this point in your life,
divorced.
Right? Just casually texting.
Call
your
me
wife
when you
like,
can.
Hey, let's just knock this off.
Yeah.
Some people come home and everybody's stuff is just gone.
That's a fact.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's ghosting right there.
Yeah.
Ultimate
That's the
ghosting.
original.
Yeah. How does a man from Florida manage to score more than 100 free flights from different airlines, Miles?
I would love to know.
I'll tell you about it at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50 in the meantime. Have we made it to drinking time?
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink test. Scan Steve at Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast the police in North Charleston, South Carolina. This past Sunday, they got a call about a burglary at about 3:30 in the morning. And then a few minutes later, they spotted the vehicle involved in the burglary driving down the highway, and that's when the pursuit ensued. And for the next 1 hour and 15 minutes, police trailed. They tried to get the suspect to pull over, but he would not listen to any of the repeated commands. But eventually, he drove onto the Charleston County Fairgrounds, and that's where his vehicle ended up getting stuck. He attempts to flee on foot, but thanks to a drone and the old K9 unit, they managed to get his ass, and he was arrested. But the reason we're toasting everyone is because the chase got up to speeds of, any guesses? It's an hour and 15-minute chase on a highway, 3:30
120 miles an hour.
Like 30.
30?
12.
Yeah, you're all over it. 3 miles an hour.
Oh, my
Which,
God.
in case you don't know, that is the speed the average adult walks. The guy was in an excavator. They had...
You can't open the door, they lock, I guess.
It has an
From the
open
inside?
tab. Look, that's a sign of privilege, because some people might get shot, but an hour and 15 minutes. They said the cop cars would actually stop sometimes for fear of getting in front of the guy. 3 miles an hour. Keep in mind, that was the top speed. Most of the time, it was not even 3 miles an hour.
Damn.
An hour and 15 minutes. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola.
Let's get a contestant on the line now for Profile This. 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next.
When a cold has you down, it's the little comforts that lift you up. A warm blanket, a cup of tea, and a tissue that actually feels good on your skin. Infused with aloe, Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe provides a hint of cooling freshness to help your skin feel restored. So, whether your skin is feeling dry, chafed, or irritated, you're only one wipe away from helping it feel relieved. So, the next time you have a cold, get a hint of instant cooling relief with new Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
Oh, this Bosch miter saw really is smooth.
Feeling smooth.
Who said that?
It's your inner Bosch, baby. I'm that scoobity-bebop smooth feeling you get when you make smooth cuts with that moobity-mibbity-mibbity-mubbity miter saw.
So I'll just keep ski-bop sawing then?
Now you're getting it. Beep-bop, beat-up, wow, miter saw is my favorite.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
Looking for a job is lonely. Endless searching, phone calls that go nowhere, applications that vanish into thin air. What if you could link with dozens of local companies who are hiring right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, endless opportunities, and no fees ever for job seekers. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
A healthy life starts with great sleep. Wake refreshed with Avocado's GOTS certified organic green mattress, delivering breathable, back-loving support. Natural materials from Avocado's own sustainable wool and latex farms, easy financing, a 1-year sleep trial, and deep, restorative slumbers. Organic sleep awaits at avocadomattress.com.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed. Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Man, that was easy.
Bulldog Rotary Hammer!
Hello?
It is I, He-Man, your inner Bosch.
Inner...
Bosch!
I'm sorry, what?
That powerful feeling you get when you can powerfully blast through concrete. Say it with me.
What, like right now?
Yes! We have the power!
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation. Trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you, committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
Let's see what Throw Hogan to please everyone on Profile This is played.
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story. Something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Ben. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola.
Hi, Ben. Do you understand how this year game is played?
I do.
Fantastic. You have a choice today of one of 3 stories. Today we offer you Bite Me. In other words, what did someone find in their food? Animalize This, where you guess the animal responsible for causing the problem. And finally today, Hit Me with Your Best Shot, where you guess the unconventional object that someone chose to use as a weapon.
Let's go Animalize This, boys.
An animal in Brazil became an unlikely criminal accomplice when prison guards caught it trying to smuggle contraband into the facility. The animal was discovered with an impressive array of items taped to its body, including saws, drills, and mobile phones. What they found next shocked everyone. The animal carried, as they say, an impressive criminal toolkit. Items included the saw, multiple drills, complete mobile phone setup. The phone came with a charger, an earpiece, a memory card, and batteries. Prison officials face an unusual dilemma. As one spokesman told the local press, quote, "It's tough to find out who's responsible for the action as the animal doesn't speak." They say this deadpan response highlighted the absurdity of the situation. Now, the creative smuggling attempt suggests careful planning by inmates. Someone trained the animal to enter the prison grounds. They also had outside accomplices to attach the contraband. However, the animal courier ultimately failed in its mission. The problem they have is they don't know if this is the first time that it is tried or if this is the 80th time that it's done it. So the question is, what is the animal in question? Is it a pigeon? Is it a raccoon? Is it a cat or is it a dog? So pigeon, raccoon, cat, or dog. What animal are people taping contraband to?
I'm sorry, Mr. Where
Brazil.
was it? Brazil.
Huh.
Boy, I thought this was going a whole different direction, boys.
What did you think?
I was thinking monkey or something, but holy smokes.
Ben, based on the weight of the stuff, I'm going to go raccoon.
Yeah, and you're a little more handy than the rest of them. Ted, what do you think?
I think it's a cat, man. They climb up weird stuff. They get in odd spots. In theory, it could get up over a wall. I don't know how the level of security it's in the prison, but a cat. Cat.
Have you ever tried to train a cat, though? I mean...
Yes, I have. And then I stopped trying.
Man, I'm going raccoon, too.
Raccoon. Okay. What animal was trying to sneak some contraband into the prison down in Brazil? Pigeon, raccoon, cat, or dog? We're going to find out next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to The Men's Room.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
This Bosch 2-in-1 impact driver rules.
Oh, yeah!
That couldn't have been.
Macho Man Randy Savage indeed, yeah. A.K.A. You're in a Bosch. I'm a macho manifestation of that feeling you get when you use that 2-in-1 impact driver.
Oh, yeah?
Nah, say it with your chest, brother. Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah!
We'll work on that. The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart, for a healthier you. Smile Generation. Trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you, committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
Categories analyze this on profile. This we got an animal in Brazil was caught trying to smuggle contraband into a prison. Yes. They don't know this animal had done it before, hundreds of times.
They don't know.
First time attempt, either way. What was the animal that was caught? Pigeon, raccoon, cat, or a dog?
And Ben, that is the very question that we posed to you. Your initial thought was monkey. However, not a monkey. My thought would have been like, man, you can't really do a dog. Because everyone gravitates toward a dog, you'd immediately notice. So it came down to you guys picking, you and Miles picked raccoon, Ted, you picked cat.
Correct.
And only one of you can be correct. And on this day, the animal where people taped contraband, cell phones, the earpiece, the phone cards, batteries, all this stuff. Keep in mind, no drugs, oddly enough. All this stuff to the cat was a cat.
Uh-huh.
Ted, you are correct.
Nice work, Ted. Nice work.
You ever trained a cat? You ever trained a raccoon?
You're oddly good at this game.
They should be trash men.
And actually, this is one of the few times your logic made sense. Because normally you'll come up with like the most inane theory I've ever heard, and I'm like, I hate that he's right, but yes.
Call me Columbo.
No full TV news all the time. Time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
Just dropping stuff. It's fine. Talk about yourself.
Your listening is very important to us. We'll be back to you just as soon. Never mind.
All right, your choices today. You got the Jimmys.
Fallon and Kittle.
Got the papers?
Colbert.
Steven.
Seth Meyers. Sorry, I'm trying to get organized.
I see it, man. It's great.
Or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there. The title. These guys have teams and talents. The writers help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
The makers of Dr. Pepper have issued a recall for more than 19,000 cases of its Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar because it contains full sugar soda. But don't worry, it's still perfectly safe to drink Dr. Pepper Zero Rat Parts.
Seth Meyers.
Fallon Myers.
The makers of Dr. Pepper have issued a recall for more than 19,000 cases of its Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar because it contains full sugar soda. But don't worry, it's still perfectly safe to drink Dr. Pepper Zero Rat Parts.
That one yesterday did taste better. I saw last week a New Jersey man who's 30 years old was gorged by a bison in Yellowstone National Park. It's the second attack this spring so far. Nothing signals summer's around the corner like people being dumb and getting gorged by bison in Yellowstone.
Foul.
Ted Smith.
Smith.
I like how they say it attacked him. Like, it's like saying a homeowner attacked a burglar who had broken into his home. It's like, I did not attack him. I escorted him out.
Last week, a hungry wild elephant raided a grocery store in Thailand and apparently caused very little damage. That is until he found out he had to push a button to get someone to unlock the deodorant.
Fallon?
Colbert.
Last week, a hungry wild elephant raided a grocery store in Thailand and apparently caused very little damage. That is until he found out he had to push a button just to get someone to unlock the deodorant.
I don't usually mind, but sometime this winter I had like a really bad cold or flu.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there and go, can somebody unlock the thing for me? The guy's like, you all right? I was like, no, I need NyQuil. I'm going back to sleep.
Sounds all right.
The website Boston.com is hosting a What is the Best Boston Movie tournament-style bracket. And they have asked for everyone to please stop writing in your mother's sex tape.
Fallon.
Colbert.
It's Seth Meyers.
The website Boston.com is hosting a What is the Best Boston Movie tournament-style bracket, and they have asked that you please stop writing in your mother's sex tape.
There's some good movies about Boston.
Boston gets a lot. New York gets a lot. L.A. gets a lot. I feel like those are the three main cities. And D.C., but if it's in D.C., it's specifically political. Right?
Correct.
Like Godzilla doesn't just go there and mess things up.
I will say, I forget the name of the documentary, but and this is true life. You could Google it, look it up. There's a whole documentary, and I think I saw it on Netflix, about this, like one of the most famous art heist ever.
All right.
It happened in Boston on St. Patrick's Day. And I mean, to this day, they still don't have the people or the art.
I'm rolling my eyes like, man, how stereotypical. If there's a day where everyone's going to be out of a building in Boston, it's going to be St. Patrick's.
Oh, the marathon.
I go St. Patrick's Day, man.
Yeah.
Not everyone in Boston runs, but a lot of people from other places run. So if you need a day where no one's home in Boston, St. Patty's Day.
Sad news. Ananda Lewis, who was on MTV for years, I did not realize she was sick. Apparently, she'd been documenting it, but she did have cancer. She passed away at 52.
Damn.
You'd remember her as a VJ. She was on Total Request Live, Hot Zone. She had her own show for a little bit. But yeah, I guess she'd been battling forever. She was 52. Been battling since 2019. But if you're my generation and you grew up and you watch TRL or Got Home, you would know. You see a picture of her, you know exactly who it is.
Yep.
You know. So yeah, I saw that yesterday. I was like, damn, that sucks.
That does suck.
All right, we were talking a little Father's Day earlier. So I had a movie list, but this is just TV dads. I got the best TV dads of all time. Now keep in mind, some of these are kind of funny.
And again, a lot of times, like you could say, the guy from Brady Bunch, great dad. Flip side is, assuming they don't have to be my father, Peter Griffin, Homer Simpson, right?
Sure. Married with children, okay, I'll go.
Awesome. Yeah, Ed O'Neill.
So some of the bottom of the list there, you had Ward Cleaver, obviously, Leave It to Beaver.
Iconic, but are they really that great of a dad?
No, you don't think back now, because basically he did not get involved.
He didn't do anything. He just went to work, came home with his briefcase, walked in the door. Dinner was taken care of. His kids were already situated. All he had to do was go, "How was everybody's day?" And then they told him. Then he sat down and ate, and then he didn't clean up, and then he went and watched TV.
He always knew that Eddie kid was trouble.
Yeah.
Tony from Who's the Boss, Tom from 8 is Enough, Tim Taylor, Home Improvement, Stephen Keaton, Family Ties. I think everybody just remembers Michael J. Fox for that show.
Yeah.
But they got some different ones on here. Red Foreman from the 70s show. Philip Drummond, Different Strokes.
Alan Thicke.
Philip Banks. Phil Dunkel, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, right.
And then around 16, you get to Peter Griffin.
Right. Again, it depends how you look at this. Like, TV dads I enjoy or TV dads I'd be okay with being my father.
Right.
Peter Griffin probably ain't going to rank high on. That should be my dad.
Correct.
But as far as dads to watch and have a good time, I would love it if Peter Griffin were my friend's dad. Be like, your dad's awesome.
Correct. You can get away with a lot of stuff because he's usually down at the clam or he's already drunk. Right. Mike Brady. He made the list. Let's see. All right. Howard Cunningham from Happy Days. I didn't watch Happy Days.
He was fine. Yeah.
Homer Simpson's there at 11.
He should be.
Top 10. Best TV dads of all time. Herman Munster from the Munsters.
He was always jovial.
You know, he was.
Yeah.
It was.
Gomez, a little wacky.
He kept a positive attitude about things.
All right. Fred Sanford from Sanford and Son.
He was awesome. I mean, he
raised a good kid.
Yes.
If nothing else, he raised a good kid, man. A little harsh, a little rough around
but
the edges.
he was no different to his son than he was to every other person in his proximity.
That's true. God,
so it wasn't like he was splitting hairs on anybody. I mean, everybody was full game.
TV's own Patrick Duffy, fake Lambert. Stuff like that.
I never watched the show, but I'm assuming he was just like the typical solid good guy.
Yeah, well, Suzanne Summers was the mom, and then there's some attractive actresses.
Didn't ask.
Yeah, right. So
talking about dads, then.
I thought he was a great dad, but it done great work. This one should shock you. Danny Tanner from Full House.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Right, because he was like, there was always kind of lessons in there, and he would kind of sit the kids down and teach them the lesson and everything. Now, it is funny because there's so many people that did not know his Bob Saget stand-up and everything.
Yeah.
I still really credit Entourage for kind of showing us that side of Saget, and then everybody's like, oh, my God. Then he almost became like more of a cultish hero.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's still a sad story. Hits his head in the middle of the night. And
Yes, right.
Yeah. Dan Connor from Roseanne. You know, I think you're typical kind of hardworking blue collar guy. You know, like he was always having some barley pops, as I've heard him call them in real
but
life.
He dealt with everything.
Correct. Correct. Carl Winslow from Family Matters.
All right.
I would take that, right?
Patient man.
Yeah, that guy just plays a good cop too.
Yes, he does.
Right, Die Hard as well. Bob Belcher from Bob's Burgers. I like Bob.
Okay, yeah,
I love that show.
Yes,
Hey, Bob,
he loves his kids. He works hard for them.
He sure does.
You know, he keeps his family
He
together.
loves his wife.
He does.
yeah, his wife's a lot.
Yes, she is. What a lovable lot.
But you're right. He's pretty level-headed, and like he never seems like angry about stuff. You can tell he's getting annoyed.
Disappointed.
That character is written pretty darn well. This one's kind of funny. Archie Bunker. All in the Family.
No.
Yeah, he was always pretty salty. But that was
he's
based,
a racist.
But that was based on political events.
But he's also a racist.
He was completely a racist.
Somebody's upset about political events. That's doesn't mean you got to be a racist.
He was mean to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not proud of this, but I wouldn't pick Archie Bunker. He kind of reminded me of my granddad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Who?
Yeah, you would never pick him. I'm
Yeah.
not saying that. I'm just saying he's a mean, angry guy.
I've said it before. There was multiple times, you know, that's the song, whatever. But there was multiple times where my mom would be like, "We do not talk like granddad talks. That is not right." And I'd be like, "Why?" And it's like I can realize now my mom had no way of saying it. Like, that's my father-in-law. I can't get him to stop being racist.
Right. But he's racist.
But please don't listen to him. Andy Taylor, Andy Griffith Show.
Okay.
Sure. I mean, right.
Yeah.
I mean,
no matter what he was never that angry. Well,
he also
I know
played-
he had sex with the town prostitute Opie, but I'll tell you, we're going to learn a lesson here by teaching you how to build a log cabin.
He
Like,
was
if
kind of
that were reality, that'd be great.
More
But,
of
yeah.
the dad of the town.
Yeah.
So he was a father figure to everyone in Mayberry. By being a sheriff, obviously, but he was a father figure. He would
Correct.
solve
I mean,
everything
Barney
like
Fife is supposed to be kind of the goofball, right?
Kind of.
That's why he only gets the one bullet and he has to keep it in his pocket. I mean, think about how funny that is.
You get one bullet and don't even put it in the gun. Man.
Right, don't even have it in there.
Barney?
You could keep it in your pocket. Yeah. And then number one on the list, and again, these are TV dads, so I don't know that I'd really want this guy to be my dad, but was Al Bundy.
No, I would not want him to be my
Yes.
dad, but from the outside looking in, love that dude.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of those ones, too, where I think everybody grew up with some of those friends where it's like, dude, it's great. Like, your parents don't really care or they're not around.
Right.
And then you kind of hang out with those people down the line and they're like, I kind of wish they had been around.
Yes.
And, who knows what they were doing. There's a girl I know, her husband, and I'm not going to say his name. I will tell you off the air.
Jeff!
One of the hilarious names. No, it's so specific, though, it wouldn't be hard to look him up. But he's from, like, Jacksonville or something, and his parents said, like, he grew up with, like, what do they call it, like a May or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
Right? And it's like, I said to somebody, because somebody was like, yeah, it's still crazy that happens in the South, where you have, like, a black woman, like, and I go, he speaks with more reverence about that woman he does his mom. And so they put it to me, they were like, well, that woman actually raised him.
Right.
Like, he spent the most time with that woman. I'm like, oh, yes. I mean, that's a downside, I guess, having super loaded parents. You're getting taken care of by the babysitter all the time. Now, with that said, it's also the downside of having parents that have to work. Like, I spent a lot of time with babysitters.
Yep.
All right, let's see. What are you watching tonight? You got Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Finals on there. That's over on TNT and True TV. You probably have one of them. It's the Panthers hosting the Oilers. That was a wild finish to the last one. So we'll see what happens on that one. But, yeah, that's what I'm going to watch tonight.
Awesome. Thank you, Ted. Headlines coming up next. You're listening to The Men's Room.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Not good when police pull you over and you have 2 pounds of cocaine in a jar. Meanwhile, a Family Dollar employee is arrested after popping one off in a customer's Rusty Star.
Oh.
Airline passenger is told the bag is too heavy, so she screams and rolls on the ground. A man finds a unique way to see the world for free while flying around. An Oregon middle school student designs a prosthetic for paralyzed dogs. What have you done today? It's time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
All right, our top story. We go to Florida, where a local man likes to travel. He ended up on the radar of authorities after successfully exploiting a program that was made available to airline employees. He got onto the airline employee's flight booking system and was able to navigate the site and submit false information about himself, posing as a flight attendant, providing fraudulent badge numbers, start dates for various airlines, and it helped him book and travel on roughly 120 flights between different airlines. He recently went to trial and was found guilty of wire fraud and entering a secure area under false pretenses.
And he faces up to 30 years in prison.
Yeah.
What they're going to get him with is that it's a federal thing, it's security, and blah, blah, blah. In the end, you're just embarrassed because this guy built this.
Because in
an industry that rips us off left and right, like, the guy, he got your back on one.
Right.
So what?
It's a security thing. Well, he went through 120 flights and nobody found it.
So at this point, he's not a
crazy.
security risk.
Right.
You're right. He got into secure places. That's not good.
You're right. And he lied. There's fraudulent information there. You're right.
But he demonstrated he's not a security risk, or he's really taking his time.
Right. Actually,
I think it's brilliant.
Quite the opposite. He found a hole in your system. So
Thank
now
you.
you can patch it. That's right.
That's a good
now
point.
bad people can't use that.
Right, luckily, it was a good guy.
That's right. In other news, sticking with the airlines, we go to Milan. Oh, God, where someone clearly didn't get their way. I don't know if you guys saw this video.
I didn't see the video, but I've seen the headline.
A lot of us have suffered a setback. Dude, you should see the video. It's embarrassing. A lot of
as
us,
a human being?
Yes. A lot of us have suffered a setback at the airport one way or another, but a video is going viral online of a woman's reaction to being told that her bag weighed too much to take it on board. After hearing this news, she started shouting at airline staff, which is not too out of the ordinary. We've all seen that before. But things take a cringe-worthy turn when the woman, who appears to be somewhere between the ages of 40 and 60 years old, collapses to the ground and begins to violently thrash on her back, slamming her feet and fists into the ground like a toddler throwing a tantrum.
I think she did. If I'm the person working the gate there, I'm like, ma'am, you obviously misunderstood what I said. I said, your bag is too heavy.
Right. Your bag. Come look at this real quick. I got this thing up.
Maybe you
over there.
didn't understand what I said. This does not deserve that reaction.
she looks like Roseanne Barr out here, just throwing a fit. This is absolutely wild. Look at this here. Ready for that? That is a grown-ass woman. That is somebody who likely has a husband and kids, grandkids even. Look at that.
Are you kidding?
It's a grown human being doing that.
I mean, that's like a stereotype of like, oh, I'm going to throw a tantrum like a toddler.
Right. All right. And action. Act like a kid throwing a toddler.
Or a tantrum.
Or
yeah.
a toddler throwing a tantrum. Doggone it.
That's all right. It's two T's.
It is. A toddler throwing a tantrum.
Toddler throwing a tantrum.
And the last time that we flew, man, we're coming back from Mexico, I think it was. And because it's a longer trip, we got the kids, we got an S-ton of checked bags.
Yeah.
Fine. When we get to customs in L.A., and this is still the dumbest system I've ever seen, but you get to customs, they have the little baggage claim area, quote unquote.
Sure.
In customs, you grab your bag, they rescreen it, then you have to take your bag again and go back through TSA, which again, we're insane because we're like, guys, you know no one's a security risk just based on where we are.
Right.
Whatever. Anyway, it turns out when we were going back to the TSA line in LA to fly back to Seattle, they say, oh man, hey, your tag on one of your smaller suitcases has broken off. Okay, so we can't just put this on the plane because we don't know where it's going. Fair enough. Now keep in mind, they kind of broke the suitcase in several places, but one of those places happened to be the handle where the tag is. Whatever, man. It's a small enough bag. I'm just going to make it a carry-on.
Okay.
They go, F it, have fun with that. So we go to the TSA line. The woman pulls us aside and says, hey, you got to get rid of this stuff because the one thing we didn't think about is we had like all the kids' shampoo and lotion and all. Well, now it's liquid. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. And we're talking maybe $180 worth of crap.
Doggone
So I'm
it.
like, you guys broke my suitcase. And now it's going to cost me $180 in lost product. But again, instead of throwing a tantrum, I smiled at the lady and said, you could probably use this product if you want to take it home.
There you go.
Because that's all you can do. I'm like, there's nothing we can
Yeah.
do. Yes, I'm pissed, but I can't imagine dropping on my back and screaming and yelling because nothing changes.
Authorities attempted to de-escalate the situation, but when she refused to calm down, they made the decision to remove her from the flight. As they should.
Yes.
I don't want her on the plane. I do not want her on the plane.
You clearly cannot handle.
To Indianapolis, where justice is served swiftly. Officers were called to the local Family Dollar store on reports of a man that had stolen some of the merchandise inside and fled the scene. About 15 minutes after getting the call and arriving on the scene, officers heard gunshots coming from down the street and moved in to investigate. Turns out what happened was a pair of the employees who are engaged to each other made the decision to go after the thief in their car with the understanding that they needed to get that merchandise back. When they tracked down the thief, they fired a couple warning shots, convincing him to drop the stolen goods, but also accidentally giving him the Forrest Gump special, a shot right in the buttocks.
Oh.
The officers arrested the shooter, and the rest of the situation is currently under investigation. When I read the story, I couldn't help but chuckle that they said they shot him right in the buttocks. I was like Forrest Gump!
Well, see, I would change what I stole. If I knew I was going to get shot in the ass, I think I would go higher on the risk factor.
Well, sure.
As far as what I'm grabbing.
If you're going to get shot, I better be stealing better.
It's not going to be something small. I'm going to get 3 or 4 bigger items.
Where did you say it was?
New Jersey.
No, dollar store?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
if I'm
Family Dollar.
going to get shot for shoplifting, we're not going to dollar store.
What I'm saying is, it's like supermarket sweep. You've got to pick the big ticket items.
Right.
If you're taking lead to the ass.
But it's dollar store.
I know,
What's the big ticket item at dollar store?
I don't know.
They don't have one.
I don't know.
The $3 product.
It's got to be valuable to you personally.
Right. The expensive
Like,
aisle.
like maybe they sell cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to grab
at the dollar store.
I don't know.
Brother, I'd be there now.
But just in case those stories with the bad taste in your mouth.
Thankfully, there's good news.
We go just down the road to Oregon, where a group of middle school students put their brains to work. As a final exam for the school's STEM program, the students were tasked with creating a prototype prosthetic for a 16-week-old Labradoodle puppy that was left partially paralyzed due to a spinal injury. The injury left her without the use of her back legs, and the student used recycled materials and the information that they had learned in the program to come up with a prosthetic prototype that they tested on stuffed animals. They said that if it helps little Ember walk, the more successful designs could go forward to be 3D printed for real-world application.
Is it middle school kids?
Yes, middle school, like 6 to 8th grade.
Oh, thank you. They're already super smart. Jesus.
My bad. Wow. My bad. Men's Room Sports. The Mariners are off tonight as they make their way back on here to Seattle for the long homestand.
They can't lose.
They can't lose tonight. They can't.
Jesus. We left the bats back there.
Meanwhile, we've got Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final already underway over on TNT and True TV. As far as your weather, bit of a rinse and repeat of what we had yesterday. The clouds are sticking around tonight to bring the temperatures down to the low 50s. Tomorrow, we've got a mostly cloudy day and a high right around 65. That is it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawk is out.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. We'll see you next time for a Bad Choice Friday and the return of Ted versus the FCC. Lovely Jolene's coming up next.
Yes, indeed. It's all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines nonstop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure.
Oh, this Bosch miter saw really is smooth.
Feeling smooth.
Who said that?
It's your inner Bosch, baby. I'm that scoobity-bebop smooth feeling you get when you make smooth cuts with that moobity-mibbity-mibbity-mubbity miter saw.
So I'll just keep ski-bop sawing then?
Now you're getting it. Beep-bop, beat-up, wow, miter saw is my favorite.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
Hate doing cardio? Try brushing and flossing your teeth. I'm not talking about building up a sweat. I'm talking about building a healthier mouth for a healthier heart for a healthier you. Smile Generation trusted dentists look at your care through the lens of the mouth-body connection, because what happens in the mouth plays a critical role for the rest of your body. To find a dentist near you committed to treating all of you, visit smilegeneration.com/confidence today and live longer, healthier, and happier with confidence unleashed.
When a cold has you down, it's the little comforts that lift you up. A warm blanket, a cup of tea, and a tissue that actually feels good on your skin. Infused with aloe, Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe provides a hint of cooling freshness to help your skin feel restored. So, whether your skin is feeling dry, chafed, or irritated, you're only one wipe away from helping it feel relieved. So, the next time you have a cold, get a hint of instant cooling relief with new Kleenex Cooling Plus Aloe. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
A healthy life starts with great sleep. Wake refreshed with Avocado's GOTS certified organic green mattress, delivering breathable, back-loving support. Natural materials from Avocado's own sustainable wool and latex farms, easy financing, a 1-year sleep trial, and deep, restorative slumbers. Organic sleep awaits at avocadomattress.com.